serving of Nerd Takeout. It's been a bit. 2013, good year, good things happening. In this podcast, we're going to talk about some of those things coming out in 2013 that we're looking forward to, or maybe things that we're just absolutely not looking forward to at all.
Andrew.
Everything? Yeah. I thought you almost said it's been a bitch.
Me too.
I was like, oh man.
It has been a bitch.
Been a bitch, guys.
Thus far, it has been, no, not yet. So far, it's been okay, I guess. I don't know. But yeah, so this on this podcast, we're going to talk about just some things that we're looking forward to this year. And we have a few other topics that we're probably going to touch on.
Yeah, we'll
just
to
hot
discuss.
Some might think so. So anyways, so with me, I'm Josh Carley. With me is John Michael Carley. Neil Porsche.
Not Carly.
And Andrew Green.
Hello.
Again, no relation.
That's the most he's going to talk this entire podcast.
That's it.
Soak it in.
So
before we launch into some things, like it's been a bit. So what are some interesting things that y'all have been, watching, reading, playing?
me, the person.
It doesn't matter. Whoever wants.
You haven't done
I'll go
anything
first.
interesting?
I haven't touched my Xbox in a month and a half, which
Good.
is awesome. That's a good thing. So I was digging through my closet and I found my old Game Boy Color. It's still missing the battery cover on the back, which is fine. So
I used to get yelled at that when I was little too. All my shit was missing the back.
I used Scotch tape to hold the batteries in. And I found all my old games, and I picked up Oracle of Ages again, and actually I beat it this morning. That game is awesome, and I need to play through Seasons because at the end of Ages it gives you a code to type in when you start the other game. You can play them in any order, and it unlocks the special ending to continue it.
That was Capcom's though, right?
Capcom published that one. Yeah, that's why I was confused when I turned it on and said Capcom. I was like, what? Capcom?
Did you ever play the Minish Cap?
No,
I'm
actually looking for a copy of it. Because I actually found I have the original Brick DS too.
Oh.
So.
Nice. Well, I have Minish Cap. You can buy it. The game's good.
I set myself a goal, not for 2013, just for like the next, I guess, decade. I want to play through all the Zelda games.
Was that an Ambassador game on the DS, Minish Cap?
Minish Cap? I don't think so.
No.
No.
I must have that in multiple places then, because I remember playing it on my DS too.
I need to pick up Minish Cap.
I also...
Capcom makes good shit.
Took me about a month, but I ended up using bits and pieces and put together a Super Nintendo. So I officially own a Super Nintendo. Got it for free. It's a top loader one, so whatever. Like the smaller one. And I got a copy of Secret of Mana. Still sitting there. Need a second controller, but could use a couple players, guys. 3-player games. I get to pick 2 of you guys.
Can you not handle it? You can't handle it by yourself.
No, the game just it's fine. It's more fun. Yeah, it's just that game is more fun with more people. It's a good game.
It is good. It is good. I never beat that game either though. It was good.
Long.
It really
awesome.
is.
Yeah.
But it's one of those fun. Sit by your best friend and play games.
One of those fun video games.
Very rare. not like Final Fantasy. Like shut the door, turn off the lights. Like I'm playing Final Fantasy. Go away.
I thought you never played Final Fantasy.
I mean,
okay,
I played Super Mario RPG.
Not like one of those Final Fantasy games.
Are they like besides the online multiplayer ones? Are they co-op?
Yeah,
are any of them co-op?
All of them are co-op.
No, they're not. That's not true.
How would you know? You never played them.
I know that's not true though.
Some of them
not
are.
True. Yeah, I'm sure some of them are.
What's the point you're trying to make here?
Secret of Mana is awesome. That's all I'm saying.
And not like Final Fantasy.
Yeah,
I didn't say that.
You did say that, and I think you.
Is that all right?
We have those exact words.
Wait, let's stop it. Let's stop it and go back.
No, we're on a roll here.
Okay,
we're going.
Anyways, got Secret of Mana. That's fun.
Did you do anything else?
I might pick up Final Fantasy 3/6.
Yeah, that's a good one. And
that would be like a new title now if they release the game.
Yeah.
Final Fantasy 3/6.
For sure.
This is featuring Lightning.
Yeah.
She's an unlockable DLC character.
Have you done anything else that
coming
wasn't,
to your portable device
No.
for 4 times the price of anything else?
Coming to your PSP Go.
All right, Andrew's done.
I'm done. That's it.
You didn't read anything interesting?
I'm always reading stuff interesting, but
Oh God, you're
whatever. King Richard III. They found him under a parking lot.
Oh yeah,
that was cool.
Hey, remember that Lego Bible we found?
Oh yeah, me and John Michael were at the
Bible?
bookstore the other day, and there's Lego Bible,
like about Jesus.
Like, yeah, it's like the actual
Old and
Bible,
New Testaments.
But there's like Lego characters and stuff.
Like they took photos of like they recreated
Jesus
scenes from the
playing
Bible
with Legos.
with Lego.
It looks like it's like a
Lego Jesus,
comic
Lego.
book format almost.
Yeah.
Okay, this begs several questions, which I'm not sure are appropriate, but I'm going to ask them anyway.
Go for it.
What part of the Bible does this start in? This starts at the beginning of the Bible?
Yeah,
I think it has some Old Testament stuff in there.
I think so.
Like when God created Legos?
It's like not.
It's mostly New
kind of like
Testament.
So Adam and Eve, like how do you Adam and Eve with Legos?
I don't know. We flipped
I don't know
mainly
if
to
I saw it.
Revelation.
Yeah.
Check that.
So like all the demons.
dude.
So the best
they
book
had
of the Bible.
monsters
Dude.
with like 9 eyes pasted on their heads.
Dude, there's a like.
And then me and Jermichael turned to each other. We're like, this must be the next Lego
So,
game.
I was gonna say that would be the
The
greatest
next Lego
game.
Yes, so
Lego Revelation.
segue
Exactly.
to that. Yeah, Lego Revelation.
Lego, you're the apostle.
It would
You're the
work
Apostle
because
Paul.
there's
Or is it
a
John?
It's like
John,
Darksiders
you're
in
Apostle
Lego.
Paul.
You can go,
yeah. There's a writer like you know
war.
that he has in case you're not familiar with the Bible, there's a writer that comes
Spoilers.
that comes and he has
There's a guy named Jesus.
like
he comes
a-
in the second half.
but he's like in the Bible it alludes to him like having like a sword for a tongue basically and a sword in his mouth something, and there's this scene where he's just cutting a man's head off and there's Lego blood flying out of
Yeah.
his head.
Yep.
Why didn't you buy this?
Almost did.
I'm gonna buy
Like,
this.
please do.
It's hilarious.
Do they have the crucifixion in this?
Yeah, that
Yes,
was on there.
they do.
Wow.
They poking
Yeah.
Jesus on the side.
Yeah, and then
Lego
they have
water.
like the thieves have like these like smarmy looking faces because
Yeah,
like they
one of them's like, the other one's like, oh god.
Is this actually published by Lego, or this is just some guy who
Ooh.
thought this would be funny?
No, Lego has to approve it.
It's in the
That's the
religious
thing.
section.
I mean it says
The religious
it says
section.
Which is like,
Lego
I don't know if
like,
there's a
huge
joke
on
or
it.
not.
So I think
don't know if it's a
that's
Legos
belongs
aren't a
here.
joke, dude.
Yeah.
anyway.
Completely serious.
I'm gonna
That
talk
was
to
a-
Lifeway and ask them if they have that. I'm gonna go in there next time I
Y'all
go
go
to
Lego
work.
Bible.
Think I'm joking.
It's gonna be marked up like.
Yeah.
My child's
price.
having trouble understanding the English super duper version. Do you have like the Lego Bible?
That is amazing.
We're trying to get through Ruth and it's not really sinking in.
Deuteronomy kind of drags to the front. You have I need to have the Lego Bible to get through this. Anyway, all right, Neil.
Oh, I've been.
What kind of Bibles have you been reading?
Yeah, lots. Today I bought a game because I was like, man, I haven't played that many games. Maybe I should buy stuff. And I bought a Xbox Live indie game called Arcade Craft. I don't know if you've seen anything about it, which
Not
y'all
yet.
probably haven't. But it's basically like a game dev story and like you own a little place. But it uses those really hideous looking Xbox Live avatars.
Oh, okay.
But the game is really fun. It's only $3, and you have like an arcade, and you buy different arcade machines, and people come by your shop and they play them, and you can change the prices, do all that cool stuff where you can
Oh, I
change
do
all
like
the
games like
values.
that.
And the game just looks really good. You can name your own arcade. You can like have drink machines and different things like that, and charge people different shit. Asian men randomly stop by your shop and
Oh,
offer
right.
you foreign arcades, like and different
Wow.
arcade machines, because this whole thing takes place in the 1980s. So you like get to decorate your place and all this 80s decor.
Sounds radical.
It really is pretty rad, gnarly. So I played a lot of that today, and that was fun. And I also been playing Skulls of the Shogun, which is on
How's
Xbox
that?
Live. Awesome. I played that like 2 years ago at PAX,
Mm-hmm.
and that game's really good. So y'all should play that because it's like Advance Wars, but you can eat the skulls of the people you kill and turn into like a
Awesome.
super shogun.
Oh.
But that game's really good. I've been playing in Japanese and English because I have both on there, so you should definitely buy that game. And it's asynchronous to where like if we were all playing in a 4-player game, we could just play it whenever we want and take turns against each other.
That's pretty cool.
It's pretty cool. It's also on mobile platforms, but the only mobile platform it's on is on Microsoft's Windows phones.
Oh, okay. Well, so that'll take off.
But yeah, the other thing
There's a
I've been,
feature in that.
the only thing I've done besides that is I played a game called Vesper 5, I think is what it's called on my PC, and it's a game where it's a little indie game where you play as this monk, and it's all like 8-bit graphics. And
I'm sold.
You can only move
You're a
one
monk?
space every day, and then the game just basically turns
Oh,
off.
what?
So you have to play it for
Not
100
sold.
days to get to the end. So it was just really neat because it's just something
Fuck.
really
Like real life
different.
days?
Yeah, like an actual
Fuck.
day. So
What?
I've been playing that for like 26 to 27 days now.
Golly.
Wow.
But it's pretty cool. It takes like 2 seconds out of my day, and I just turn it on. It loads up in like 2 seconds, and you just
move a square.
Yeah,
And you're done.
and then you
Do
get
do
really
anything?
pissed
You just
off.
move a square.
You
that's
move
it?
a square.
That's
I don't-
it.
Yeah,
That's literally it.
that's literally it.
What are you walking towards?
I don't know because it's way
sounds
over there, and I
terrible.
can't see
Sounds
it.
like a stupid idea.
No, it's really cool.
That sounds
Oh.
horrible.
You
It's
pay
really
for
cool.
that?
No, I don't pay for things.
Oh.
No, it's free anyway. It's a disguised
Oh,
indie
thank
game.
God it's free.
So,
For
yeah.
movie, like, yeah, I'm not gonna even
So y'all
a
are hating-
dollar
y'all are
sounds
hating on new
overpriced
things.
to
I
move
need,
a square.
I need something to do for 2 seconds out of every day for the next 100 days. Better play this game.
But other than that, we can talk about Proteus later.
Proteus.
But I've also been reading this book called After Dark by Murakami, that guy who wrote like
Oh, Haruki Murakami.
yeah, he wrote a lot of really cool stuff.
IQ 84. I think
He
it's
released the IQ 84,
Yeah.
Norwegian Wood, and a whole bunch of other books. I've been reading some of his stuff lately, so that's been really good. Creepy Japanese shit.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's about it.
Yeah.
Did you move your square today?
I did actually. I do it every
Okay,
day at
good.
the same time, usually after work.
You set an alarm for it?
No, it's just sitting right there on my desktop, so I click it and it pops up. It's
Can we have like a
music.
party at your house next time you do it, and we can watch you move your square? And then
No, I'm gonna start doing a video vlog of it every time I move it, of just that one square trying to
Sweet.
sign.
Like
I got pissed off because I actually went the wrong way once. I hit a dead end. I was like, and I started screaming
had to
because I was
go
like, that
back?
was like 4 days of hard work.
So you backtrack.
It
Oh
takes you 4 days
God!
to go back.
No,
Well, I was down
ugh.
an area that
I'm saying, but if it took you 4 days to get there and you make a mistake,
it would
does
take
it
me
take you
4 more
4
days to go back.
Oh,
Should have
dude.
real life
Come
Lord of the
on,
Rings,
that's
man. Good lord.
Y'all should at least appreciate that it's something different. That's so.
I'm glad it's different. but
Different's
damn it.
fine.
Different
There's
is
a point
never
where it's-
all like it's.
That's not an
It's not good all the
all-encompassing good
time,
thing. Yeah, it's not
different.
like
It's an
different,
it's an
therefore
interesting
good.
investment of your
Like
time.
that's an Asian
so,
transvestite. That's different. It's not really good, but it's different.
okay,
Same
one
thing.
that could be good. That's rude.
For you, maybe.
Anyway.
You and your
Anyway.
lack of handicap, people with problems, and people with transgender
Transvestite
issues.
is not a handicap.
I said and people with transgender issues.
Well, that's their
Go,
problem, not mine.
yeah.
Whoa, this is getting...
Yep.
Getting really political. First
Ooh.
the Bible, now transvestites.
Damn it, Obama!
2013's a bold year for Nerd Takeout.
Fact.
Solving world problems one at a time. First one, Legos. All right, Joe Michael.
I've been playing a lot. I guess we'll start. I got Neil, did you play this game on Steam? It's
Yeah.
like 10 million or something like
I
that.
played it on my iPad.
So you got that? That game's incredible.
That game is really good. I meant to tell Andrew to download that before. It's
It's free?
no, stop saying that.
It's
like
not,
one of
but
those
it's
games-
worth your money.
What
Like
is
this
it?
one's
Like a
it's
match
like a
3, but
puzzle
not?
game. Yeah, I don't know what the first one of that was
Yeah.
called.
Wait, what's it called?
So it's like a matching game.
It's not like match 3, but you're matching as many as you can
What's
by
it called?
drawing.
it's called 10 million.
It's 10 minutes. It's a horrible name.
Oh, yeah, I think I saw
Um,
that shit in the App Store.
But basically, it's an RPG game / puzzle game, and basically, if you match like swords, you'll do a physical attack.
Mm-hmm.
If you match your staves, you'll do like a magic attack. You can match keys to open chests and open doors.
You gotta match 3?
Yeah, 3 or more.
more.
It's
yeah.
like that. What was it? Puzzle Quest? Was it?
Yeah,
Sort
yeah.
of.
but not. But yeah, but it's that type of thing.
Yeah, it's the same, I guess.
There's a
concept
couple of
behind
games
it.
like that now.
Yeah.
10 Million just does it really, really, really
Yeah,
well.
and so like you're also gathering resources like wood and stone, and like you'll go back to this like room after each run you do, and you can build up like different rooms, and you can like get better armor and weapons and stuff, and it's a lot of fun. I highly recommend that game. It's a really good like time waster game.
I think it's on Android too, so it's pretty much on all devices.
It reminds me of Dungelot. Did you download that? It
No,
was
that's
free.
a stupid name.
It's pretty fun.
So 10 million's a great
Download it.
game.
I think it's free.
Dungelot?
Dungelot is
That's
pretty
like
bad.
a rap name. Okay.
So that's I guess my time waster game. But I guess the real games I've been playing. I have been playing Ni no Kuni. Yeah, Ni no Kuni looks amazing.
Wrath of the White Bitch.
I bought that from PlayAsia, the Japanese version, but it hasn't came in yet because I figured I heard it was really easy to like for beginning Japanese to go, but I've really been wanting to play it too.
The game looks gorgeous. That is the single best thing about that game. The gameplay, like battle and combat, gets kind of iffy at points, especially in boss battles when you're like team AI. It's like shit.
Yeah.
Like they're pretty stupid. So you have to like make sure you know exactly what tactics you want them to use. So other than that, like exploring the world, things like that is fantastic. I love it. Everything looks good, plays well. The music's also wonderful for it. I mean, Studio Ghibli, so plus level 5. It's a good mix. Also been playing through Final Fantasy 9, I guess for like my 4th time on my Vita.
You know about the sale going on for that, right?
Yeah,
People?
for the next
Yeah.
week and a half, it's
It's
still
about a week and a
50%
half.
off.
Yeah.
A bunch of stuff. It's
I don't have a PlayStation.
failure.
Yes, you need to get one.
Now I'm trying to decide if I want to wait for the PS4 to come out. That way the PS3 will drop,
I
right?
guess we can talk about
I mean, it's
that.
like
in a
160.
minute.
There's like they have the Assassin's Creed bundle for 160, the 500 gig.
Huh?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah,
Where?
It's on Slick deals. Yeah, like earlier today. I don't know where.
For how much?
Like 165, 160.
American dollars?
Yeah.
Damn.
I'm
Keep
gonna buy
going.
that. Where is
Hop
that?
on that shit.
I don't know.
Well, you already got one. Let me get one
Keep
first.
going.
I want 500 gig hard drive, dude.
Oh, that's pretty good for just hard drive.
For PlayStation Plus.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Fez.
What else? Dark Souls. Josh and I have been playing a lot of Dark Souls.
I hear that's a game.
Have we have played more than a lot?
Yeah.
An embarrassing amount.
I guess we got stuck on that boss for a while, both of us. And so that took us a while. We finally bested those bastards. But that game's a huge time sink as well. But
it's such a good camaraderie game. Like, because I'll text you and be like, "Did you? No, but I'm gonna." And then you're like, and you're sitting there like, "Today they die," and then they died, and then I'm like, "Tonight I'm gonna get them," and I got them, and it's just such like.
It's
what
like
a magnificent.
See, Secret of Mana is like that, except you're in the same room. It's more fun. You don't have to text each other. Like, tonight they die, but I'm the girl and you're the sprite.
I know what you mean, but this is like, it's also like
it's Xbox Live.
It's one of those things where as we're playing, we're like overcoming these like personal challenges that for these characters. That
the game gives you that type of reward for what
yeah,
you're
it
doing
really
right
does.
now.
Like everything you do in that game is rewarding.
But it's seriously on that note, like the fact that it's like you can summon people to help. Like you can leave messages to help, and like you can summon people to help you, or you can summon NPCs to help you. I don't, just because like I mean I tried to like
Josh Carlin.
No, I tried to like once or twice, and like
like
they just did some stupid stuff, and I'm like, well, this was a complete waste of my time.
Yeah.
But like the whole point of the game is that like it's just you, like, and it's isolation, and you're by yourself, and good luck. Like and to the point where there are specific levels in that game where it's unnerving. So co-op would almost kind of like. I don't know. I think it would reduce that.
Yeah, why would they even have that an option then if that's what they were going for?
Just because
it's not for the whole game.
It's like you can like it makes sense in the aspect of the game.
It's like I need help with this boss. You'll call someone, but if you call someone to help you, the HP of the boss goes up.
Right?
Yeah, and also like you have to. There's this whole dynamic of the game. You have to have. You have to be in human form and all kinds of other stuff that like we're not going to explain on this podcast.
What else can you change into?
Well, you're undead, so like this weird space between dead and human, and then when you go to human, you can summon people. But if you become a human, like someone can come into your game and kill you.
Yeah, that happened to me the other day. It made me mad.
That
so.
sucks. There's like consequences to everything. It's never like, oh, well, I'll just do it this way. Like it doesn't.
Yeah, there's no easy way in that game. So
unlike Secret of Mana.
I've got a drum. I'm gonna get a dragon.
Yeah, flying on my dragon. Falcor, man.
That's what he is.
That's what it was.
So lame.
And then
Want to play with me?
I also
Can I borrow your controller?
I picked up Fire Emblem yesterday, the new one for
Awakening?
3DS. Yeah, Fire Emblem
From
Awakening.
retail?
3D.
What?
We're from retail.
Yeah,
Where it was available on time.
yeah. Well, sort of. I was like a day late, but yeah.
Is it as good as they say?
It is really good. If you enjoy Fire Emblem, or like, I mean, any of the other Fire Emblem games,
I see. I've never
Or
played.
Advance Wars.
or Advance Wars, or
Shogun.
Skulls of the. I was about to say Skulls of the Shogun. Like,
Or if you like good games, because I hear I've played a lot of the other Fire Emblems. In fact, all of them, even some of the ones on like Super Nintendo that didn't come here, and I really liked Fire Emblem. I've kind of waited on whether I should get the new one because I'm trying to get a Japanese 3DS, so I don't know if I want to buy more games for it. But I also have $30 on my damn 3DS that I'm gonna lose if I sell that 3DS, so I might just buy it for $10 more bucks. But yeah, I hear it's really really good and it has like weird relationship RPG stuff too. So I mean,
yeah, it's like you can, as you battle, if you're like working next to your teammate or whatever, like they'll help you out in battle. They'll give you like boosts to stats like for like temporarily and stuff, and like your relationships grow with your teammates and stuff, and as they grow,
that's sweet.
As they
Like
grow,
teamwork.
like
Like Secret of Mana. You
Yeah,
work
like
together.
Tally.
It's cool.
No, like Tally.
You're
But
just
yeah,
so happy that you can finally like have a Super Nintendo to play.
I'm so happy I have a Super Nintendo. That's exactly right. What's wrong with that?
You're a few years too late. Yeah.
I don't care, but I have a ride.
It's never too late to come to the Super Nintendo party.
That is true.
Nintendo
Exactly.
64, yes, but Super Nintendo.
That's because that system
I was
shit.
at the 64 one time. You're stupid.
You're also dead
Wait,
inside.
just side note.
Banjo-Kazooie,
At work, I had a
man.
big argument.
System seller.
Luckily, no one was throwing the Banjo-Kazooie thing there. But everyone around me was like,
I would
man,
have.
Mario Party was so awesome on the 64.
Yeah.
And I just want to vomit in everyone's face.
You should have. You should have literally vomited in everyone's
There's
face.
so many other games. Like, even that Sonic Shuffle crap on Dreamcast is better than that.
I did like that game. It was pretty fun.
Yeah, it was pretty neat.
But no, Fire Emblem. I've been sinking so much time. It's like all I did like last night is just play Fire Emblem. It's just fun, and like I keep realizing how challenging. I'm playing it on classic mode, where if your like teammate dies, they're dead. They're
So you're
gone
playing it on
for
the
good.
real mode.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the only way to play it.
I was reading that like if you're gonna play it that way because it enhances the
It
experience.
does. When I played the
yeah.
other ones, I like threw my Game Boy Micro multiple times.
Oh yeah, because
I
I'm
was so mad at that.
I
game.
just like earlier today, I was like almost at the end of a like hour-long battle, and one of my teammates died. I'm like, well, oh well, I guess I have to start over, like, because you can't. I'm not gonna lose a character. I'm just not.
It's like one of those things where you have to make the decision sometimes, though. It's like, well, you could.
It's like
Yeah.
Oregon Trail.
Sort of, in a way, like as far as decision making goes, you have to
You're
decide
playing
to like.
really hard today.
to, like
Was that a turd nugget or a gold nugget?
anyway, you do get syphilis.
Sarah has typhoid. What are you gonna do?
You do have to like ford rivers and stuff.
I guess you make it to Oregon eventually.
But no, if you can find a retail copy of that, if you're currently listening to this in like the next week or so.
Or just be stupid and download it digitally and throw $40 down the drain.
No, don't do that. Because someone came in today and told me they did that, and I was like, wow, that was they went to trade. Okay, they went to GameStop to trade in their game so they could get the digital copy of Fire Emblem Awakening.
Let's see, I'm all for digital copies of games on almost anything that's not a Nintendo platform.
Yeah.
Because you can always
Yes.
re-download it on other platforms. On Nintendo platforms, they make that very complicated and not
Yep.
easy.
Yep.
Because I like on my Vita, I've downloaded a whole bunch of
Oh,
games
yeah, of
that
course,
I completely
yeah.
like it. There are games
'Cause-
I've bought in retail too, but like
Right.
I like having them there. And Animal Crossings is a game that I wish, I would buy it as a digital download because I would put it on every day and stuff like that. But even then, I'm like, but if I lose my 3DS, if I ever change my 3DS,
Right.
don't have it, all these different things, you just lose it.
Yeah. I mean,
dumb.
it doesn't make
That sucks.
sense. But no, I think that's pretty much all I've been.
We can talk about Proteus. If you want to
Oh
talk
yeah,
about it.
Proteus. Yeah, Neil and I.
Proteus
downloaded
is a
that
game where you
Oh,
basically like.
Michael, enough.
It's a game
Doesn't
that
Neil know?
I bought
Oh.
it before it came out on Steam, but I think it came on Steam like last week or this week.
Yeah.
But basically, it's a procedurally generated world that looks like this 8-bit surreal painting, and you just kind of walk through it.
Walk around.
Like you don't do anything, but you walk. Except you don't have to play
It's-
it for like one
people-
step.
No,
a
yeah,
day.
not one square a day.
People
Oh,
have
that's
been
good.
like calling it like the
Yes.
anti-game.
It's
what, like-
it's procedural in like the way Minecraft is, where like everything is just like it's got a certain algorithm to it to where like a tree will only appear in this spot on a mountain,
Yeah.
like different areas though, but everything looks wrong.
Yeah.
But you're walking around and just like things happen, like plants start singing, bunnies start hopping and doing weird things,
Yeah, and everything, like-
sky starts spinning and shit happens.
Yeah,
like,
your
the game is
environment like
strange.
Good acid trip game, I guess.
well, yeah.
It is
Cool.
prettier than other open world games I played in its art style. Like
Yeah,
it's not
the art style's
brown,
incredible.
It's like all these crazy colors. It's really interesting.
And
It's like
it called?
$8,
It's
$10
called
bucks.
Proteus.
It's on every.
It's only on PC
Oh, it's PC only.
Yeah, it's
and
a Steam
Mac.
game.
And Mac.
But like, as you walk around, like the environment affects the music for the game as well.
It's really cool.
So like trees will sound different as you get closer to them, or animals, or if it starts raining, that's.
And to exit the game, you have to hold the escape button, and it has like your
Yeah.
eyes closing, and that's how it
Oh,
ends.
like going to sleep,
And then like
man.
every game you start, it's a whole new world it makes. I don't know. It's really neat. It's a cool experience, and I'm probably gonna go back to it a lot because it's always different when you go walk around.
And there's always like different seasons and stuff,
Mm.
and things like that. I mean, it's awesome game. Josh,
Cool.
what have you been up to?
Honestly, like
Dark
in
Souls.
between the last time we had a podcast up until like last night, Dark Souls is the only video game that I've touched, because it was just like, for the time that I have, like I'll sit down and I play it and I'm just like, I'm going to beat this game. It is going to happen.
I can't wait for you to beat the game. Honestly, I'm excited for you.
I can't wait to either. And the thing is, like, there's not very many games that come out now. Like when I beat them, I feel like you have any kind of bragging right. Like, oh, you actually beat that. And this one, I definitely feel that for. The last night, I started playing Resident Evil Revelations, and I do not have the Circle Pad Pro, and you can definitely tell that game was made for the Circle Pad Pro. Like, there is no ifs, ands, or buts about it. But it's where I'm at. It's fine. It's so far it's good. That it looks good. Like the 3D works for the depth in it works for. It's not like, ooh, kid things coming off the screen. It's just depth, and it looks pretty good. So that's what I've been playing. I've watched like crap, man. I've watched like a trillion movies. I went and saw Warm Bodies, which for what it is actually like really entertaining.
I heard it was pretty crap.
Well, I guess it depends who you talk to.
My roommate, she just said that it was really like just kind of lame, but
I guess I had my expectations were like, okay, this is what I'm going to expect. And for what it was. I thought some of it was funny. It was sweet. I mean, the end was a little too much for me, and I think that my wife disagreed. But like, I mean, I think it's an interesting movie. I think it's
It's a good zombie date movie.
I mean, is that a thing? Yeah, I
It's
guess.
a thing now.
Um,
It's the first of its kind.
and I definitely don't think like I know a lot of people are comparing it to like Twilight. It was just a Twilight. And it's
not that
way. No, not even on that level. But I definitely think it's above that, and I do recommend it. Like I'm not saying you need to rush out to the theater to see it, but it is worth at least watching. I went and saw The Last Stand with Arnold. That was actually like disappointing.
What were your expectations going into that?
Well, I really like the director, and we can talk about that later. He's a Korean director. It's his first American film, and I was hoping that it
does not translate well.
No, it wasn't like it's like someone wrote the script. It was very much a studio film. Like I don't feel like it was one of his films, and I felt like a lot of it was very boring. Which it's like, I guess the one thing I felt like that movie shouldn't have been.
Yeah, that's what the
boring.
trailer made it seem not like.
Right, and once they got down to it, it was really entertaining. But I think maybe it was like the last 20 minutes of the film that they. I mean, there were some spare shootouts, but other than that, finally watched Seven Psychopaths. Didn't enjoy it.
Man,
it was
a disappointing year for.
It was like boring.
Tons of shit.
Oh yeah, man, all kinds of stuff. I mean, and I just
Skyfall.
I watched. Have you ever seen the movie Paprika?
I started and I wanted
Is
to
that
watch
based
it.
on the
I
novel
haven't seen
Push
it.
by Sapphire?
Oh, that was supposed to be good.
Yes. It's interesting. That's all I'll say is it's interesting. I don't know.
Can I have like the cool art stuff?
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
big time.
that's what I want to see.
It
Yeah.
looks.
That's why I was gonna watch
even
it.
Even people I read that didn't like it were like, yeah, but it looks really good.
It's probably why I got where I got anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, but it's interesting. I've just watched like a ton of movies, and I'm trying to. I don't watch.
How did you fit all these movies in while playing Dark Souls? That's so strange.
Skill and time management.
That good.
Yeah,
at
set
Dark
up another
Souls.
TV in here is what happened.
No, I mean,
You can't move your attention away from Dark Souls.
The thing about Dark Souls
die.
is like on Saturday, if I have nothing going on Saturday, I could over the course of that Saturday, I might put in like 4 or 5 hours on that game.
Yeah.
But then like I might not touch it for 3 or 4 days, and I'll watch maybe I'll watch a movie, maybe I'll watch a movie too.
See, that's why I really wish they would make like that. Sony should have had like a portable Dark Souls. Like that would be like a thing that would be really cool if there was.
That would be
Imagine
buy a system
that would ruin your life
That
if you
would
got
be
to bring
my
that
downfall.
around through the work and stuff. It's just like a portable Dark Souls. That's a really cool thing that I really think they should have did. Especially because Sony published that originally and then just dropped it like an idiot. So
Yeah, they should not have done that.
no.
Other than that, I finished reading the first compendium of The Walking Dead, which I think is like the first 8 volumes or books.
Mm-hmm.
It is amazing.
It is.
Like I
really
can't
do
even
that.
express to you how good it is, and it is good. It is sad. It is brutal.
Mm-hmm.
It is like it's far and away better than the TV show. And like I said, I haven't even caught up to season
Me
3
either.
where they're at. But it is far and away better than the TV show. I read the Graveyard Book by Neil Gaiman. Is that his name?
Gaiman.
Gaiman. Sorry, Gaiman. That was really good. That was it.
Gay man.
And now I'm watching. I'm reading The Power of the Dog, which it's by a guy named Don Winslow. He's the guy who wrote the book Savages when the movie was done. But this book's basically it's about the Mexican American drug war from the 1970s until 2004, and it's pretty hefty. It's a good book so far. In like one chapter they've killed like 15, 20 people have been killed.
Sweet.
It's a good body count.
It's rough, man. It's like very like it's about people's faces getting peeled back and stuff. I'm like,
Oh,
dude!
sweet. There's a
Anyway.
Lost Ark type shit.
Huh?
Face melting.
Anyway, so yeah, but yeah. All right, so. Anybody have anything else to add before we jump in?
I don't think so.
Okay, so 2013, what is it, early February, and there's a lot of stuff coming out this
Black
year.
History Month.
It is, yes.
I don't think there's any games for that though.
Well, Black History Month.
So let's start with. I think we should break it down. So let's start with the games that we're looking forward to, or maybe not looking forward to, if you feel so compelled to speak, and then we'll jump over to movies. So I know for me personally, Ni no Kuni came out. I haven't played it yet, but I'm really interested in The Last
Seemed
of
like
Us.
you would like that too.
Yeah, I mean, I was. Yeah, it was like I was when I saw
Are
the
you-
trailer. I was like,
Are you interested in The Last of Us enough to buy God of War Ascension to play the demo?
No,
No.
Yeah,
Fudge. No.
Me either.
no. I have not even an inkling of interest in God of War Ascension. Even though I love God of War 1, 2, and 3, I'm just like, this just seems unnecessary.
Yeah, like
Just like we were talking
Exactly.
about Gears of War.
It's a cash grab. That and Gears of War
This
Judgment.
seems
Both cash
completely
grabs.
unnecessary. Like Halo 4. I kid.
That was a good one.
I mean they are, but I mean they're not. I mean they're not completely unnecessary. I mean they're there because they need to have some big titles to send them. You need money. versus your next gen.
Yeah, and
they're
I mean,
throwing out something. They need
that's
something for this year.
It's
Like,
gonna
that's
sell.
really what
It will sell.
Right. But I mean, I really am looking forward to The Last of Us. One, because it's Naughty Dog.
Yeah.
And they make good shit.
Yeah. Two, because just like from watching the trailers, like just the gameplay looks incredibly visceral.
Yeah.
You know, and it's just everything about it just looks something.
Yeah, I've stopped watching everything for it now. I just want to play it. Like I just want to be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you watch the gameplay trailer where he had the shotgun and he?
That's the last thing I saw.
I saw that and was like, all right, it's sold, done, sold. I mean, that's a big one for me.
Yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to that.
Tomb Raider is what you're looking forward to, though.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I'm gonna play Tomb Raider. It's looking pretty good. It's shaping up. You know, you don't think
I
so?
think the game looks like shit.
Remember the conversation we had where I was watching the gameplay and she had the bow and arrow and I was like, this looks really, really cool. And then she picked up a shotgun and I was like, you know what, I'm not as interested anymore. Like I think if they would have went like a straight melee with like knives.
But what about the multiplayer? Are you interested in that?
I'm so sick of multiplayer. So sick of it. Just like it's just like companies now, they're like, well, we have to. We just have to. Like, I mean, and I guess they're not necessarily wrong because they have to make sales.
No, they're wrong.
I mean,
it's not. They could do things in different ways. Like there are other ways to extend your game. Even like DLC that is single player, free or not. Like even that, even if it's stuff you cut out of the damn game, to me is better to me than unnecessary multiplayer that just isn't. Like, it's not fun.
And I guess that's...
even when it's fun, it's pointless. Like in Uncharted. I really like Uncharted's multiplayer. Still don't care.
Right.
Yeah, I guess it's a topic for another day, but like, multiplayer... I guess it's one of the biggest problems wrong with the game industry today is, like, what they feel they have to do to, like, appeal to a mass market. And that's what's, I guess, like, leading to a not great industry. Like...
Well, I think it's... like for instance, co-op in Dead Space 3.
Yeah.
Like
I hear that's good though.
But I guess my thing is like in the first Dead Space, like there were some things in that game that were downright frightening to me. And by having someone else there, it was like that would have totally. We're talking about Dark Souls earlier. That would have totally just.
What do you mean? It helped out Resident Evil. Yeah, I mean it's a problem. Yeah, I mean it's a problem.
But again, like obviously, like Dead Space 3 is not Dead Space 1.
Right.
Now, but the new BioShock, which I'm also looking forward to,
that will be good.
They removed the multiplayer from that.
Yeah, and I mean, I think that game, I want to play that game from just like a stylistic thing and just like what they're doing with the environment and like even just the storytelling in that game. That I don't know, it looks really neat.
I have the utmost faith in that game. I guess like
that team's really good.
Yeah, I mean, it's you don't want to like, I guess, count your chickens before they hatch, but. You know, I think that game is going to be one of the better games that come out in 2013.
Well, let's see.
Yeah.
We can only hope because it's been pushed back.
Yeah.
And then, I mean,
GTA
getting pushed back again, like, sucks, but, like, doesn't suck because, I mean, like, I'd rather them just do whatever they have to do to get that done.
I mean, that company has my...
I can wait, like...
Yeah.
I thought like it was originally going to be March or whatever.
I mean, they pretty much thought it was going to be.
Yeah, and I even thought that was kind of soon. To be perfectly honest, like I thought that seemed kind of rushed, and so I mean September's a long ways away, but I guess like I'd prefer a more complete game.
And I prefer it to be maybe equal on both platforms this time instead of like maybe one platform because there were some issues all the time with like them not performing better on one platform than the other. Like to just get it right and get it to where everyone can play it the same way and maybe have an actual PC version that doesn't suck. Like do these things. So I mean that would be good if they could actually get that stuff.
They need more time to work on the Wii U version.
Yeah.
You hit the touchscreen, you slap a prostitute.
Yeah, so what about all those Nintendo announcements? Are you excited for all that stuff that's not going to come out for like another 3 years?
Yeah, but I'm still...
HD Wind Waker?
HD
the game looks like shit.
You don't like it?
The HD stuff? Like, I feel like, you ever seen, like, when they run...
You're saying it looks worse than it did on the GameCube?
Yeah. Okay. You ever seen Wind Waker when it was running on Dolphin?
Yeah.
With, like, the
like
HD assets? Good. Then you're all like, oh, this looks like that, but, like, better in HD. This looks like that with, like weird, shiny... HD looking.
Yeah.
I mean, in motion, it probably is a lot different, which is something that I mean, maybe will look better. But it just doesn't look like I don't want to pay for that.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I love Wind Waker.
Me too.
And I'm excited about an HD re-release, but I hope that they fix those graphics. I see what you mean.
Yeah.
Um,
I hope they take the time to fix other things too. Like they did that cool thing in Ocarina of Time where they made some things a little bit easier.
Are they supposed to be like they're supposed to be like adding more like to the dungeons and stuff? Yeah. So, add in just like extra stuff in there as well, which I'm game for that.
Yeah.
But I'm excited about the alleged like Xenosaga game.
Yeah, that looks really good. Project X or whatever. Yeah, that'll be really good. And I mean, like they're talking about like having a Mario Kart playable, which is cool that they're actually doing that. Anything by the Galaxy team is like okay with me. Like they do good stuff, Mario 3D Land and stuff like that. I'm perfectly fine with one of those. I mean, that's what the system needs.
Mm-hmm. I think one of the most interesting about that, because like we on the podcast we had talked about the Wii U podcast, we had talked about whether or not I thought it was worth the money. I said at the time no. But from my personal opinion and where I'm coming from, that's contingent on several things.
Yeah.
And the fact that like, it's a backwards Wii, like that's cool. But the fact that like they're going to open their virtual market to where like I can lay in my bed and play games on my controller.
Yeah.
Like that's major to me. Like that's because we were talking about the controller, the ergonomics of the controller, and how good it feels.
Yeah.
And I think that that's a major thing. I think that's a really big thing.
What was the other thing? What do you think about that Yoshi game?
Oh, I think that looks. I mean, I really liked Kirby's Epic Yarn from like an art perspective. I just thought the game was crap. But I don't know. Like it looks strange. Like I know it has some of the original art style of some of the older Yoshi games and things like that. But I don't know what to expect from it. Like the team's really good. Like the people who are making it, I just don't know what to expect from it. I mean, I'm glad there's a Yoshi game.
Yeah, I'm actually pretty excited about that art style. Honestly, like, I mean, if you look at the other Yoshi games, like you're saying, like they're very
like Yoshi's Island is good, and everything else to me is crap. So I mean, Yoshi's Story is garbage. To me.
That game was so shit.
Yeah,
I was so disappointed by the game as a kid.
Yoshi's Cookie
Story.
though.
Mm-hmm.
We had that.
But yeah, I like the I guess the kitty art style that kind of like.
Well, the Epic Yarn stuff though, it's really nice looking. Even not just the yarn part, but like some of the things they were doing in the backgrounds. It looks cool, but again, it looks so early, like everything else. It's like
that's the problem. So I mean, I'm excited that Nintendo's like taking their console seriously now. I guess.
Kind of.
Sort of.
They're promising 2 more updates, to fix the speed of how bad it is,
but we'll see.
Yeah, I know, and that's how I feel about it. It's still like even the virtual console stuff, where I would love to be excited. It's like not really all the games. It's not like they're going to open the store from there. It's like a whole new thing. So it's going to be some games available.
Well, I saw that too, and I was
aren't.
like, this is like I said, it's one of those things where I'm kind of like.
Or like Japan getting Earthbound as like one of the releases, and us not.
But you know what the whole hang up with that
music
is
and
music
stuff like that. There's a lot of other things in that game besides music that would be a huge problem. But yeah, I mean, I can see all that. It's just like there's so many things Nintendo could do to just like make money, and they just don't.
They refuse to do it.
There's Pokemon. Are you excited for that?
Yeah, X and Y.
That's a dumb name.
But I'll be getting it.
Chromosomes, really? Like chromosomes? What are they going to? Like what next? What next? Based off a chromosome? Like seriously? Can someone explain this to me?
I'm sure there's some compelling
have
stories.
Next is gonna be like
next
will be is like a table.
Yeah.
Like
it's kind of the shape of the Pokemon.
Like
it is like
it's the shape of the.
I know it's the shape of the chromosome.
No, of the
Pokemon.
The legendary Pokemon.
That's I know. They're shaped like those.
I don't get that
stupid chromosome.
Like, that announcement trailer looks awesome.
You know, the game seems really like the battles look really cool.
Yeah,
I still think everything else looked like garbage. Like the walking around stuff just looked really.
Oh yeah,
plain.
I don't care about that.
It looked like a Nintendo 64 game, like that type of stuff. Yeah. But it was.
But when I saw the like battle animations,
I was excited. I was just Pokemon.
So good. Like that should have been the last big thing in the previous gen.
Yeah.
Like we should have had battle animations like that.
Or at least like 2 or 3 gens ago, but yeah.
Probably, but now we're splitting hairs. But I'm glad we're finally at this point where we have like real.
I think they should let someone else do Pokemon.
I think it's a good idea.
Like just, I mean, even if it's not, even if it's still within Nintendo themselves, like not Game Freak.
Yeah.
Like Game Freak makes really good stuff, but I'd also like them to make more other things like Drill Dozer and other things because they do good things. But let someone else make that, just like how they let Capcom do. Like the Zelda games and stuff like that. Like that's good. I wish Nintendo would do that with some other good Japanese companies.
Okay, I'm gonna go backtrack a lot. You know what other game? Speaking of Capcom, I've also been playing the new Devil May Cry game.
Oh yeah.
Anybody else play that game yet?
I played the demo.
I'm
I've seen
getting
someone
it on
play it.
PC because I heard it has 200
Seems
frames
very
per
rare.
second on PC.
Whoa.
I know, right?
That game's actually like, it's a good
Sexy.
game. Like, yeah, I guess. It's a good game. It's just weird that it's also a Devil May Cry game. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, I mean, the people who made
it looked like
Enslaved and Heavenly
Yeah.
Sword, like, I liked some things about those
Yeah.
games, despite having some of the flaws they had. So it would be interesting to see what they would do with.
Yeah,
I guess
like
Devil May
art
Cry.
style looks great in that
Yeah,
game.
they make
right?
really
Yeah.
good art.
Yeah, but I don't know.
And
like,
haircuts.
oh, yeah,
That's
yeah.
true.
But we're getting that Dante. Okay, well, back on track. Things that come out this year. Dante DLC. Like you'll have actual real.
Is that an
Dante.
actual thing? I didn't even read that.
Yeah, yeah.
What?
There's like you'll have. It's like
For
real, like real old school Dante
Boo.
with
For what?
his like from the new Devil May Cry game.
Oh lord.
Did you see we're getting
That's a
for,
one and done game, man.
did you say for 3DS we're getting
Stupid.
the
Rent it from
that
the
game
store.
with all the characters
Beat
from
it.
like
Yeah,
Namco?
yeah.
Did you,
whatever that
did you
is.
see that?
No, what was
There's
it?
that RPG that's Capcom, Namco, Sega.
Sega and.
And I'm gonna pretend there's someone else. Anyway, there's all those people in one RPG.
I just remember seeing
What's
trailers
called-
for
the game
that
is
a while
awesome.
ago.
I don't remember, but it looks really really cool because it has like Dante with like the guys from Resident Evil
They
and
have,
have like
like,
these 2D
Nemesis can,
sprites.
like, be
Yeah,
on
and they're all like
yeah.
shooting and fighting people from like Xenosaga and the Tales games.
That's cool.
Yeah, that game looks really cool. It didn't really sell that well in Japan, but it was still like it was a mediocre but kind of fun, neat game.
Right. Yeah. I mean,
So,
I'll probably pick it up.
I don't know how we're getting it because it seems like a horrible licensing things
agree,
they're doing
like-
there, but I'm glad that's actually coming. Then there's Revengeance that's coming out soon. Metal Gear
Yeah,
Revengeance.
yeah,
I played
I
the demo
literally
for
have
that.
no interest in that.
Really?
Yeah.
You should
I
play
mean,
the demo.
Dude,
at
I'm
least.
not interested in anything until GTA 5.
The demo
That's
was
where I'm
really
at right
the
now.
demo was
I'm
really
not
neat for that game.
Like I
Got
You
some
can-
watermelon.
I'm not
juice
saying
now?
I'm not
I did cut the
interested.
I
watermelon.
bet you did.
I'm actually. I will play that game when it's out.
I will rent that.
I mean, like the
game,
people
maybe.
you
But
never
know
played Bayonetta yet, though,
Never
Josh.
played
So
Metal
that's
Gear
probably
Solid.
why.
Yeah,
though.
yeah.
That's why I'm
Right,
interested
right.
in that
I mean,
game.
it's there. It's literally
It's
sitting right over
that,
there.
not the Metal Gear part of me. That's like got me interested. It's
Right.
just that part of me that
But
like
why?
Bayonetta.
But why? I mean, why even call it Metal Gear?
Because they
It's-
couldn't finish the game,
And so they brought in-
someone else had to pick up
Yeah.
and finish the game. They're like, hey, we know how to make cool ninja looking shit. So like, okay, make
Yeah.
the cool ninja looking shit.
So they did that
Yeah,
basically. I mean, I'll get it. I'll play it.
I'm more excited for that than like some of the other mediocre games.
Okay, so here's
Like everything
okay.
else?
So are you excited about Injustice?
Yes and no.
If it were
Alright.
Mortal Kombat 10.
Okay, so I've been.
If it
I've-
were called
Kombat
that.
X.
Okay, I have to say, recently.
And
then they
like,
could put Jason in it
Yeah.
from space.
so
Jason and Candyman.
fighting games like
She moves so fast.
these past I guess this go around for fighting games, they've been doing pretty well. I guess like most of the fighting games like we've had have been pretty fun. Like we've got Marvel and the Mortal Kombat. I guess are the two bigger ones, and you also had like Street Fighter and like Street Fighter Cross Tekken. All those games like I would say that they're like good solid fighting games. So I guess we're in a good era of fighting games again.
I play a lot of fighting games. So.
Had that Persona Arena game.
I do. I love that game.
Yeah.
It was
So
weird.
anyway, back on topic for Injustice.
That thing.
It's hard to say. That game, I'll have to see when it gets closer to launch.
Are they going to come
boring.
out with another stupid storyline
No, it
of why Superman can be beaten physically?
No, but
by
it
They
had-
actually have already
They do that.
released-
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they have. But
They do
it is gonna have like the same type of story mode.
Yeah,
that
they're
they
gonna
had in
have,
Mortal
like,
Kombat, which
that
I feel
in-
like is actually.
They already did that with
Yeah.
Mortal Kombat versus DC, though. They kind of did the same thing.
No, but like, they're gonna have a
no,
story
but
like
this
they
is-
did
no.
in Mortal
In
Kombat. whatever.
Mortal Kombat,
Like story mode.
Like a
Kombat
good
9.
one.
No, I was talking about like how they're going to explain why Superman
Oh,
can
they already
get punched in
explained
the
that.
face.
They already explained that.
Oh, that's I mean
They've
another
already
game,
they've
right?
already leaked some of those details out. But my thing is like I actually for it being a Mortal Kombat game, I enjoyed the hell out of the story mode in Mortal Kombat
Yeah,
9.
me too.
As long
And
as there are
That's the
fatalities.
only fighting game story mode I've ever enjoyed in my life.
Yeah.
So,
Yes, ever, period. And so to me, it's like I like that game. I liked Mortal Kombat 9 like a lot. I mean, like I
Oh,
liked
it's so
it a
good.
lot. So
played it
because
the other
it's the
night.
same people
Fun.
making it, there's that element of faith. But the latest trailer or video footage that I saw, the way that it looked was atrocious.
Oh, yeah, the graphics were like-
it looked
I
worse
also,
than Mortal Kombat.
I also hate the art style of everybody who's
Yeah,
in
there's-
DC, and it's because they let NetherRealm Studios make the art
Yeah.
instead of like DC Comics. They're like, yeah, we're so proud of all these cool stupid outfits that we made for the Flash and everything.
Yeah, because
and
they
just
all
look
have
really
to
bad.
have like Scorpion and Sub-Zero outfits, basically.
Pretty much.
Like,
yeah.
and they're so highly like stylized and detailed.
It's
and,
like typical over American stylized, like really shitty comic art thing. I just
like Superman is wearing like a suit of armor almost, like
Yeah.
that he just straight up doesn't need.
Dude,
like,
Flash's outfit looks so
Flash is the, Flash is
Stupid.
the worst.
It looks
so
really cumbersome
stupid.
for being the Flash. Like
We have padding under there, like segmented pattern, like
Beyond comes out
doo-doo shit.
next this year too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll
What?
see. We'll
What
see.
is it?
That's coming out one way or the other.
Wait, what is it?
Not we'll see.
I was gonna say, I mean, that's coming out. I mean,
No, I'm saying
Explain-
we'll see on the
explain
game.
this.
I mean,
Explain
I liked
Cage
Heavy
is,
Rain
Heavy
despite
Rain, that other one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, with
I like-
actual
Another PlayStation
Page,
thing?
Ellen
Sony
Page.
thing?
Ellen Page. Yeah, I mean, I liked Heavy
Oh,
Rain
yeah,
despite
that
a
game.
lot of things
Yeah.
about that game. So we'll see. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see how it is.
I guess that's one of the biggest problems.
All
for
I'm
this
hearing
year
is rent. Do not buy GTA 5. I'll buy that. Rent. So, sounds like another shitty year for me, man.
So
Really
you said
does.
this is The Last of Us seems like a renter to you.
Well, it seems
Well,
like you have to rent a whole PS3.
Well, I have to have a PS3 first, premium. Consider
Okay,
that.
but
But
we're
I
talking
will.
about- when we're
I
talking
would.
about
I would
games-
buy a system for that game. That game
you just-
looks like
you
a
just-
system seller.
Yeah,
to me.
you just have the wrong system. That's the problem.
Yeah, by not having any system, I get that. That's why I put a Super Nintendo together and got my Game Boy Color out.
Wait, don't you have an Xbox?
But you have an
Yeah.
Xbox.
Yeah, which I haven't touched in a month and a half.
So
Right. There's no reason to.
Speaking of systems, I guess we're gonna get like a
You guys
where
heard?
we
You
going
guys
with
heard
this?
about the Wii U?
Wait, where are we going with this?
Well, before,
possible.
Oh, how about the Ouya? You know that piece of shit
Oh, God,
thing for
yeah,
$99? Did you know
comes out in
Best Buy is
June.
gonna start carrying
Are
it?
you serious?
Yes.
Well, I'm
Best
definitely not
Buy,
gonna buy that.
Target, and other major retailers. I was like, what?
Didn't
Why are we carrying
Yeah.
that $99 Android gaming system that there's like, oh god, I got
Is
so
that the
mad
one
when I
they
read
had a
about that.
Kickstarter for?
Yes.
Yeah.
And now they have Double Fine, and some other people are like, yeah, we're gonna do something. I'm like, what are you
will only
what are
work
you
on the
doing?
Ouya. Yeah.
No. Pass
Anyway,
on that.
yeah. That
Well,
game's
before
garbage.
we roll into any speculation on that, are there any movies y'all are looking forward to in 2013?
How about
No, I can't
2015?
think
The
of
Hobbit.
Because there's so many good things
Yeah,
coming
The
out.
Hobbit Part 2. Round
No,
2.
No,
Rather.
Gotta wait a whole year.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, The Hobbit Part 2, bitch.
Yep.
You understand that if there's a part in this 3-part trilogy that he's coming out with, you understand if one of them is going to suck, it will probably be the second one. Because
That's fine.
No, but if one of us was gonna suck, it was
That's all I wanna
already.
see more
Wait,
of
but
it.
if one of us was
I'm
gonna suck,
expecting
it
it
was
because
already the first one.
two
so.
times-
No, but do
Two
you want
towers.
I mean,
Same
but
thing.
here's the thing about the first one.
It's called
Okay,
Two Tower Syndrome.
I like the Two Towers.
Yeah, exactly. It was the worst of the 3 movies, but it's still a good movie. It was absolutely the worst of all
definitely
3.
is.
I don't know. That
It was absolutely the worst of all 3, but it's still a good
You're
movie.
stating that like it's factual.
That is a
I don't
fact.
know if that's a fact.
I don't know.
Okay,
that it's
Two
on
Towers
what-
is-
on what grounds is it the worst one?
On my opinion, which is fact.
Oh, you give me a reason.
Just everything. I don't know. It just
Just
just-
everything.
like in the epic scale of the story, the Two Towers was like the kind of the boring Act 2, the have fun
Yeah, fill in
shit.
information.
Like, hey, we're hobbits, we're doing this stuff, we're fighting stuff, we're killing stuff. All right, now on to let's finish this story in the 3rd movie.
But
That's
we're
what everything.
hobbits,
That's
we're
like
fighting stuff,
that's
we're
like
killing stuff.
That's
Isn't
like in any movie like screenplay. There's that part in the middle that's like it's called the fun and game section. You know about
Except
it. The
for-
fun and game
right,
section,
right.
which is can be boring. I mean, I loved it. I love the Two Towers. I'm not saying it's a bad movie. It's not my favorite. It's my
Well,
least favorite of the 3.
I guess my whole thing is it's like, okay, so the first one
was boring.
the first one was boring, and there was a lot of just absolute nonsense in that film. Like, what are you doing? Like, what are you doing? Like, why am I watching? It's just ridiculous.
You're gonna upset Andrew.
And so that's fine.
Alright.
But
We already had a podcast on this.
but
I said my piece.
and so, but the thing is, like, so like the 3rd one, I'm actually interested to see because I don't like the ending to The Hobbit because it's all like, hey, by the way,
Yeah.
all this stuff happened. So I'm interested to see what he's going to do with that. Are we going to see these battles? Are we going to see this?
should
So
get
I
JJ
so
Abrams
and
to
like
do
so
it.
it's like
Yeah.
okay, so it's the conclusion.
right.
So you have a lot going for you. Where the middle part is, it's like, okay, part 1, he set up the fact that he's just going to have all these just blah, 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 storyline, don't have anything to do with anything, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
And so
Fun and
that
games.
can only be just like made worse in the second one, in my
Right.
opinion.
Right.
Which is why, to me, I'm just like,
I don't know, dude.
part 2, no.
I guess if we're looking at it as like storyline threads, they'll start merging in the second one. So you might actually like we may enjoy this.
We're
one
going
more.
to see less of the Hobbit and dwarves in the second one.
Yeah,
it's going to
that's-
split off and do the necromancer thing. It's going to be
Oh, yeah,
a
that
B
thing?
story. Yeah,
That thing?
yeah. That thing has no effect on the
I'm not saying it doesn't have any effects on the
small
Lord of the
thing.
Rings. Are we going to have this conversation?
We already did. We had it in the podcast.
Hey, you guys should check out our other podcast. We discussed Lord of the Rings.
So there
No,
are other movies that are coming out this year that I'm supposed to be excited
Yeah.
for. Because I feel like everything.
exactly.
I feel like
I haven't heard of
I feel like
anything.
there's everything
Superman.
I'm excited for is like Star Trek. That's not right. That's like is that this year or is that?
Yeah, it's May.
Okay, then
It's in
that
May,
because
yeah.
I'm more
That looks
excited for
awesome.
that than fucking Hobbit 2, whatever. So yeah, that is a thing that I'm really excited for.
I think
Trek 2 looks
my
awesome.
thing is that there's several for me. I mean, there were 3 Korean directors who were having their first American films coming out this year. The Last Stand, which was disappointing, but Park Chan-wook has Stoker coming out. He's the one who did Old Boy. He did
That is
the
a
big
good
trilogy.
name.
Yeah, and the reviews it's gotten so far have been really, really, really good.
What is Stoker about?
It's about the chick who lives with her mom, Nicole Kidman, and her dad just died, and her uncle shows up.
So try to Stoker.
And there's some really they obviously they don't give anything away in the trailer, but he's
Since when is that?
let's just say that he's
obvious?
a questionable fellow.
Okay.
In yeah, well, I just don't want to. I mean, like
No,
you
that's
know,
fair. I don't like spoilers.
the another Korean director I really like has a film called Snowpiercer coming out. It's based on a French graphic novel.
Snowpiercer.
These
yeah.
are all good titles.
Yeah, it's people. It's the world has ended and they're stuck on like a train.
Looks like a piece of snow.
Yeah, they're stuck on a single piece of
Pierce
snow.
of snow.
But I mean, I'm interested for that.
Are you
the
stoked?
The Coen brothers have a new movie coming out.
Inside Llewyn Davis, that one?
Yeah.
But isn't that only showing at Sundance? Like, because in the trailer it said one night only. I was like, the trailer itself was so effing pretentious. It looks such a pretentious film. And then they're like, all right, one night only at Sundance. I'm like, oh, well then.
But that could just be like one and only until it comes out on
DVD.
or wide release. Scorsese's got a new film coming out, so I'm always down for.
What's it called?
The Wolf on Wall Street.
Okay.
It's
Oh, is that with Jonah Hill and
Leonardo DiCaprio and
Jonah
Matthew
Hill.
McConaughey and
Yeah.
everybody and their
Do
mother.
you usually
Like Moneyball Jonah Hill? Like that kind of Jonah Hill?
I
Like
guess
serious?
he's in a Scorsese movie. I'll play
Do we
I'll
usually
play
not know about movies coming out until like later on in the year? I'm not really ever familiar about when I'm supposed to know when movies
I
are
mean,
coming
it
out. How often
depends,
do they
like, do
announce
you-
it?
like,
I'm
okay,
still
so
kind
here's
of in
the
like,
question.
all right, let's wrap up 2012 mode. Like, I'm not.
Here's
I'm
the
not
question.
finishing
Like,
up
do you
2013.
I don't. Do you care about Iron Man 3? Because I do not.
Trailer sucked ass.
yeah.
I hated the
The
trailer.
trailer's not good.
I saw the trailer and I usually don't watch trailers and I saw that and I became less interested in Iron Man 3.
Yeah.
But I mean,
That started when I watched Iron Man 2, so.
I'll see Iron Man 3.
Yeah, I mean, I'll see it. I mean, I like.
Oh,
I'm
I mean,
gla-
I'll definitely see it.
Yeah,
I'm
because we
glad-
have to. Because we'll have to podcast.
Yeah, I'm
about
glad
it.
there are comic
Yeah.
book movies, so I will go support usually when this happens.
What
So
other
I
comic
mean,
book movies are coming out besides Superman?
there's got to be other ones, right?
I mean, Superman. That's another
That's
one coming
it?
out, which I'm interested in seeing.
Oh, but it's Superman. If Superman weren't in it, I'd go see it. Didn't I think I'd use
that would
that.
be awesome. So it'd be like Smallville. Yeah, is there any other superhero movies coming out this year? I don't
Is
really know.
the new Thor coming out? Maybe not. Which
I saw Natalie
I
Portman
don't know.
pissing
I
all
saw-
over that, being like, I didn't want to be in this movie.
I don't blame it. The first one.
Yeah.
The first one sucked.
Yeah.
First one's bad. I think the new Captain America's 2014.
Yeah, I
I'm
think so.
totally uninterested in that, but
New,
yeah.
new Pixar movie?
What is
the
Monsters
Monsters
University?
University.
Yeah, okay. Well, I'll go see that.
Oh, dude, I saw a hilarious trailer. It
You're
was
dead
during,
inside.
It was
I
during
am.
I think it was a college football game. You know how they have commercials for
Yes.
universities? You know the
Yeah.
dude, that was so
Yeah.
funny.
Yeah.
They have.
Did you watch the Monsters one though?
Yeah.
Oh, dude,
They,
so hilarious.
they have like this like the fake ad basically
Yeah.
for Monsters University.
Like it was a real school that you could go
Yes,
to.
but
It's
listen,
so funny, dude.
You guys can all go check this out. They have a website also where you can like enroll
Like a
today.
university
Yeah, dude,
website?
it has their campus, like
Oh my
the
God.
what all the
Like
stuff they
photos
offer.
on
It's a
campus and
real
stuff.
working like college website.
That's awesome.
Dedicated to Monsters University. It's so awesome. Like that's one of the better promotional ideas I've
So
seen.
you excited for Disney Infinity with all this Monster University stuff?
No.
Okay, yeah, me either.
Are you excited about new Skylanders coming
God,
out?
did you see what the new Skylanders are? It's like the
like-
best thing.
it's like-
you buy two pieces.
Are they bigger than giants?
No, wait. No, this is so much better than all that. You have to buy two pieces, and they snap onto each other, and you can mix and match all the ones that come together.
Oh,
yeah.
I was like, all these
Genius.
people
Speaking
are so
of cats,
smart.
that
Like,
is so
it
smart.
makes me
Like,
so mad about how the guys who are behind this are just like, brilliant idea. We're gonna run this shit to the ground, but we're gonna go out with just like the best ideas in the world.
Yeah.
and that's really that really is impressive to me how they're able to still throw this crap out there.
I didn't
so
read the
good.
full article. I was
So
I was
good.
browsing, and one of the articles said like one of the Skylanders people, they're like, Skylanders could run another 6 to 7 years.
I was going to say 60, 70 years. No, I mean, well, they're the people who are in the toys, whatever they're called, toys for whatever, they're not actually doing this one. It's another company, and they're working on the next evolution of Skylanders right now. So I don't know what they're on. The Disney Infinity thing, did you look at any of that at all?
Nope.
Shit. The Disney Infinity is basically like Disney doing like a big, you buy the toys and it opens up these worlds. But it's a Skylanders like MMO game, but you also can build your own worlds and mix them all together. It looks really neat though.
Yeah,
Are you guys excited about Elder Scrolls Online? Speaking
Fuck
of
that game. Excuse my language.
I saw
like Elder Scrolls Offline.
That's the
so no.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I forgot you don't
I'm
like
one of the
good
10
games.
people in the world that doesn't like.
I know.
Fallout.
Even
I know.
Calvin likes that game. Come on.
I mean, I remember when they showed the first
500
trailer,
yards.
and a lot of people
500
who
yards.
loved Elder Scrolls were like,
Oh, as soon as
Well, that's
What
because
is
it looks
this?
bad. That's
Yeah, it
why.
looks
what
bad.
is this?
It looks like EverQuest. That's God. Wait.
I like
There's a guy who
EverQuest.
came into my job the other day. He goes,
That's
"So
still
wait, y'all
online.
sell WoW cards, right?" And I'm like, "Yeah." He goes, "Why don't y'all sell EverQuest cards?" I was like, "EverQuest?" He's like, "Yeah, I mean that's the same. That's like just as popular as WoW. I don't understand why y'all would sell one without the other." I was like,
It's like, sir, you
I
delusional.
don't know about that.
EverQuest is like struggling to still be
Yeah.
like known as a
It's
thing.
EverQuest.
Yeah.
But they have that facial thing.
Anyway,
Get facials.
no,
on
I
EverQuest.
was like not. Even the second, like I heard that the Elder Scrolls Online was going to be a thing, I was like, well, that's going to be terrible.
Yeah.
Like, like,
And then you watch
no
it
way
too, and
that
you're
you
like,
can do
"Oh,
this
this
is
is so bad."
I was right. How
because
about that?
because what would not be terrible is like a Skyrim game where you could play with 3 of your friends. Cool. Like that would not be a bad thing where you could run around, set people on fire, and go kill shit together, and go. That would be neat. What's not cool is like 100 people
Yeah.
on this one. It's just not. This is
like just
nothing
hanging
cool.
around
work.
town, like dancing
Shit's not
or
gonna work,
whatever.
man.
Like,
So many
Okay,
server
that would be
crashes
cool, but
are gonna
like,
happen.
yeah.
It's not gonna work, man.
Like it looks terrible.
Stupid.
I agree.
I'm trying to think if there's any of that. Doesn't BioWare have some tank game coming out this year?
Command and
Tank?
Conquer, you mean?
Tank
Oh,
game.
I was like, what?
No, but speaking of
like,
Bioware,
what?
I did play. I did start Knights of the Old. What's it called?
Knights of the Old Republic.
Yeah, I've been playing that on my PC. I really like it. I think it's really
like the
cool.
first one.
No, the online MMO.
The Old Republic.
Old Republic.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the
the
Old
Old Republic. SWTOR. I've been playing that. It was fun. I like it. I mean, it's cool.
Isn't it free now?
It's free now. Yeah.
Although you
because-
can't run until level 10 instead of like 2.
Are you
'Cause
serious?
They take away the most ridiculous shit. Like you're such a second class
so
citizen.
clearly,
Walk around
everyone in
level
this room
10.
is at least
Yeah.
level 10.
It makes
so.
me really. It makes me really, really mad in that game that you can't do certain things. I'm like, really, I can't run.
Whispering's unlocked
But
at
the
level
game-
17.
You can't talk to anybody directly until after level 10.
Item
either.
selections.
What?
Not till the-
You have to talk on open chat until level 10, even if they're on your friends list.
Why?
Because I don't know. I changed classes though because the class that I'm in now, you can hit on an Asian chick. The other class you couldn't. So
Level 5 item selection.
I got to kill.
Level
I got
8
to like
pausing.
some.
Now you use
But the game does feel.
Welcome to level 3.
The game
At
is
level
like
17, you can gain experience to level up.
the
You
game
can
is,
breathe. Level 4.
The game is very Bioware though. Still, like there's a quest like a girl comes up to me and she's like, "Please come and stop
what
my
is
husband
BioWare
from
now?
taking my kid." No, I mean
How do we define
those type
BioWare
of
now?
games. She's like, "Please come and stop my
Define.
husband from taking my kid and stuff like that." And when I found the husband, I don't know, he was saying something and there's just an option to shoot him. Like I didn't even read what he was saying. I'm just like, "Pow!" When I shot him, I was like, "This is awesome."
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I'm playing a bounty hunter. Like no jet,
Why
no
wouldn't you?
lightsabers. I don't know. There's a secret agent class too. That's pretty cool.
Secret agent?
Yeah, that's
the
literally
hell
what
is
it's
that?
called
Do you
agent.
disguise yourself as like one of the players from the other team and then stab
I
them
don't
or
know. You can be a
something?
Sith. It's a rogue. It is a rogue. So yeah.
We went through that entire conversation to make a single joke about color or bad ending, and
Yeah.
I am proud of us.
Good job, guys. Go Bioware.
Ah, BioWare, kill me.
I played the Star Trek MMO too, though. And that game is hilarious. You can make up your own race. So,
Oh.
yeah.
Oh,
That's what
that's
I've been
fun.
doing so
That's
many
a little
things.
racing.
It was so
That's a
good.
breeding ground for trouble.
Yeah. That game,
Sounds
if
like
that
my
game comes
kinda
out
game.
here though, the actual Star Wars, the Star Trek game based on the new
They're the same
movie,
thing.
that game actually looks really good. It has like that Dead Space type feel, and it's co-op, but you can be Spock and Kirk, and they do things differently. It just looks really neat. Like it has the same art style as the movies do, so it just
Right.
looks cool. So
Yeah. I mean, the second movie looks cool. That's
movie's
like my
good.
right on
movie's
up there
good.
at the top.
I know it's good. Don't care.
Benedict Cumberbatch, man.
That's that
All
name
on
sucks.
it.
I'm gonna see.
That name is awesome.
What? Did you say that name sucks?
Yeah.
Benedict Cumberbatch.
Versus Neil Porsche.
Yeah.
I'll take
That is amazing.
Benedict Cumberbatch.
I will have one large serving of Benedict Cumberbatch, please. Wait, did you guys watch Sherlock yet?
No.
Oh,
God
dude, you guys gotta watch
Damn it!
I'll watch
Do
it. Doctor Who wasn't
So
so
good.
good. I would watch other things.
Sherlock is just as good, man. It really
You
is.
don't even
It
watch
really
Doctor
is.
Who. Shut
I
up.
do watch
No,
Doctor
you
Who.
haven't.
Watching since the 60s, man. I am the Doctor. I go back in time and watch it. I invented it.
I want to see. I'm looking forward to Pacific Rim. I don't know. Let's talk about that.
That's that portal thing.
Yeah, Guillermo del Toro robot battle monster.
Yeah, it looks awesome. I'm not lying. I watched the preview of it because I knew
I'll tell you, we saw the first time we saw Pacific Rim was in front of The Hobbit.
Like that sounds like
and when I walked out of The Hobbit, I was like, let's see. I saw Pacific Rim and I saw The Hobbit. One of these things had good CGI.
The monster on the
other
bridge.
did not.
Oh no, I felt the same way when I saw Star Trek. So I felt the same way because I saw the Star Trek preview even before, and I was like,
and they're running that.
One of them was good.
Shit.
Oh,
yeah.
dude,
in IMAX. I'm telling you, please see that movie in IMAX in 3D. I will kill all of you.
The Pacific Rim trailer where the cars are on the bridge and that hand just like grabs that bridge. Okay, real talk.
Go Power Rangers.
You are delusional if you think that anything in The Hobbit looked better than that scene.
I
never did not.
Wait, I never said it did.
I'm making a statement.
Why are you attacking me?
Because you're a fanboy who cannot look at that film objectively.
Dude, I can. That's insulting. And yes, I do agree with you.
But factually accurate.
Pacific Rim.
But it's accurate.
But Pacific Rim is the movie with the portal chick, right? The girl who does the voice for the robot. It's the same chick, yeah.
Is it?
That's why she sounds like
that. But here's what's good about Pacific Rim. It has
the
two main people from Sons of Anarchy in it. It has Ron Perlman, who is in anything Guillermo del Toro ever does.
They're like best friends.
Except Pan's Labyrinth, which probably would have been really awkward if Ron Perlman was that.
And
then Charlie
I don't speak
Hunnam.
Spanish.
He's a satyr, like...
It's like, do you speak Spanish? No.
No, why?
He could have played...
film.
Hey, Hellboy could have come out and saved her, whenever. That's
like
a great
that
movie, by the way.
I like Hellboy.
That's
My dad's a big fan of that.
I did not like the first one.
I think everyone's
dad's
dad's a big fan of that.
I like them both.
Yeah, so have you seen Pan's Labyrinth?
I love Pan's Labyrinth.
Oh,
and you know what's best about Pan's Labyrinth? I went into it not knowing a damn thing. Like, I had no idea. I didn't even know who directed it, or at the time I just went into it. And I was still, like, kind of confused about what was going on. But the moment he takes that beer bottle and just, like, blah, 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 and, like, I just love that movie.
Beat that guy's face.
I didn't realize, like, whenever they just shoot in the head.
That movie is just nuts.
I was like, dude, like, this is insane.
That movie is just really good. Like, that's one of my favorite things.
It's over there on Blu-ray.
I was waiting for David Bowie, the Goblin King, to show up, but he never did. And I was like, oh wait, wrong Labyrinth.
That movie sucks, by the way.
You're dead on the inside once again.
That's bad.
It's a fun movie. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
There you go. Fun. Does anybody have anything else that they want to... Do you want to speculate on systems here?
Yeah,
let's take a break, and then we'll jump back
Yeah, we'll
to
do a
systems.
quick thing on that when we come back. It's fine with me.
Yeah,
okay, cool. Good. All right, go into the break. All right, welcome back from the break. For the second part, what we're going to do is a lot has happened since the last podcast.
Since the break.
Yeah. The last 20
Since the break, a lot has happened. Breaking news. So we're going to talk about some of it bit by bit. I think the first thing we're going to talk about is there's definitely been some speculation. I think maybe it's even more than speculation at this point.
Like fact?
Yeah.
It's like
I mean, when the Wall Street Journal actually comments on, oh yeah, by the way, both of the systems are coming out at the end of this year.
It's like officially unofficial at this point.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so well, the first thing we're going to talk about is the new consoles coming out this year.
Well, I guess unofficially official.
Yeah.
Unofficially, it's the unofficial. It's everybody officially waiting on the official announcement.
Yeah.
I mean, I kind of don't care.
Because you have Dark Souls.
It's not even that I have Dark Souls.
What if it launches with a new Dark Souls?
I'm in the same boat.
They already have a new Dark Souls coming out.
That's true.
And
they just didn't tell you that it's on
a
there.
conversation by itself. But
I'm in the I don't care boat as well.
There's so number one because
I'm
there's
driving
so
that shit.
many games that I already haven't played. But it's like at this point, it's what I guess let me preface. Let me reinstate that. I care a lot less about what Microsoft's doing than what Sony's doing.
That is true.
Let's start with that because whatever the next console is, I feel like the Microsoft machine is going to be a media machine that happens to play
it's
video
going to
games.
definitely have Windows 8 on it, I can
Right,
definitely
that.
have Kinect.
Yeah.
Yes. And so, like, to me, it's like, for me personally, I'm not interested in that. So, what's Sony doing? I don't know. But at this point, it's like, what are the I feel like with each system that comes out, that the differences between them are just kind of getting smaller and smaller and smaller. It's like, so what's the next system? The things are just maybe going to look better. And at that point, it's like, well, should we not just start looking at PCs?
I mean, they're going to be ready for 4K stuff. Is what it's going to really be.
Oh wow!
Which is a big thing for Sony, right? Like that would be a big thing they'll probably focus on. But Microsoft shit, their whole thing is really probably just going to be like being your media hub. Like that's what they're going to focus on because that is.
And I just me personally,
right? Well, the Microsoft that you came up with, the 360, and all the people they had originally there are all gone. Their whole marketing department for what the 360 was being marketed at is completely different now, and it's just headed in a direction that I don't care about. Like
it's
that direction.
Very, I feel like I guess I don't know. I guess maybe this is just
and it only took 2 consoles to get there.
Yeah.
How I guess I'm seeing things. It's like
console and a half, really.
I feel Sony is more.
They're gonna make
game
games.
focused. Yes, exactly.
Games.
Game focused. Whereas Microsoft is like, we've got to sell Xboxes.
Well, like
and what are you going to do that with? Xbox.
Well, like,
we're going to sell Xbox with Xbox.
Like Sony puts their money at stuff like Tokyo Jungle, while at the same time doing something like God of War, while funding something like Heavy Rain or Beyond, while pushing, and they have like their free realms, and they have like PlanetSide. They're doing all these different types of games, and like making cool and pushing games to me in a better direction, where Microsoft's going in completely other direction.
But even on that subject,
you can punch your screen.
One of the biggest selling points, I think, of the PlayStation 3 over the Xbox, and it's a main reason why I even decided I even wanted a PlayStation 3, is the fact that it has a Blu-ray player in it. That's a huge thing.
Edge's big rumor that they released today about the Xbox having to always be online, like that's like the big thing. It was also going to have a Blu-ray drive in it too.
That'd be interesting.
So, but it's really not interesting because once it's always online, my interest is like.
But the thing is like, okay, so if that's going to be working in 4K, okay, right now, like, okay, Blu-rays are not in 4K.
No.
All right, so that's like that's insane to me.
You ain't
That's
streaming content in 4K right now.
Yeah.
Do what?
Yeah, you're gonna stream that content in 4K
No,
from anywhere.
you're not. You're not.
That's
But
not
it's like, is that Sony? Is that where we're going? Because obviously cameras can shoot in 4K.
Yeah, I feel like Sony's definitely gonna go. Sony has to go there.
They're gonna go where the big technology is. Like,
and they're the ones making those 4K
yes,
TVs,
exactly.
so they're gonna want you to be able to play 4K stuff.
But that's just. I mean, that's interesting because the technology is not capable of handling 4K.
I mean, unless you're watching see a 4K TV too, because that thing, like the fact that everybody like who were always in doubt about that, once they see it, it's like, oh yeah, but no, but like the 4K shit's like legitimate, like that. I really want to see that.
You can actually in the GoPro 3s, the new GoPros, you can actually shoot in 4K.
That's nice. GoPros are sell a crap load.
The 3 is like insane. It's so much better. The 2 is like a little bit better than 1. The 3 is like whoa.
But no, I think the biggest thing between like what an Xbox is and what a PS3 is, and even like what Nintendo Wii U is, it's all going to be about like what their like how do you explain like what their system like the like the operating system like about how they're selling you the services. Right. That's what I was looking for. The services are what are going to really differentiate all of them, and I feel like Microsoft has they're really usually pretty good at that, but they've been so anti-consumer in everything that they've done. Like Xbox Live is completely anti-consumer now, from like just not the price of it, but then the way they do the ads, the way the whole layout is.
Visually, it's just
the way
a mess.
I couldn't even find that game Arcade Craft that I wanted to play without going through 8 button clicks of menus to try to even get to that, or I could have just used Bing. But like it's really really bad like to try to do all that stuff. Connect. Yeah, but like, and I mean I feel like Sony really has a chance to like step it up and be like,
even though their PlayStation store looks like garbage.
That thing drives me
I don't know why they had to like. I liked how it looked
garbage.
Yeah. So.
Well, but I mean they have the most. I feel like they can really get it. But Microsoft's gonna throw a lot of exclusives. Like the thing that I keep hearing is that this year you're going to see a lot of exclusives on each of the systems, not just by first party, but then paying for a third party. Yeah. Like there's a big rumor that the new Grand Theft Auto is going to only be on Microsoft's new system at launch. Oh. So you'll have Xbox, PS3 will all have it, but when it comes between like the 720 or the Orbis and all that crap, it would only be on Microsoft's, which is something Microsoft would do, and that would be a good boom for them. Like that would be a thing.
Yeah. Well, because I think Andrew, I was it you or one of us was talking about how I think it was me and you, John Michael, is that right now Halo 4 just came out. They have new Gears of War coming out, which let's be honest.
Cash grab.
Gotcha. But like
New
they
company.
have nothing else going for them
They
in
have
terms of
4
exclusive.
new IPs.
Yeah, there's no
They've already talked
shit
about they
ton.
have 4 new IPs.
Oh,
and so no one knows what's going. It could be brute force again, but they have all
Probably.
these are blinks,
Shadowrun.
blinks.
There'll be
Yeah.
another Shadowrun game.
So yeah, there's a lot of things, and they bought
Blinks,
They made a whole
really?
bunch of good studios. I know.
Cameos
Time
too.
skipper.
The cat that goes through time. That's worse than moving a square a day, man.
So I mean, but you know,
Some sort of
Sony.
retro
But to me,
revolution.
you have Sony. You have all the bigger studios, like you have Polyphony. You have their second
Dog.
party type studios, like the ones like Sucker Punch, the people who did
Oh, yeah,
Infamous
Sucker
and stuff
Punch,
like that.
right,
They
right.
haven't made anything. You have Naughty
Naughty
Dog,
Dog.
who they're saying their B team is the one that's making The Last of Us. So
It
you
was
still have their A
A-team
team
who still got,
doing
yeah. The A
whatever
team.
they're doing next. So I mean, you have I feel like Sony has
They've
that
got-
too.
yeah.
Like Sony has that.
I think they have like better development teams, honestly.
Yeah.
They just like
And Nintendo doesn't. Like, they're not going to have them. Like, Nintendo has the greatest first party than everyone, right? And the best
it's-
IP.
They're just like reaching and grabbing
But their
what they
systems
can.
aren't going to compete, I mean, with that. It's going to be a
Right.
whole separate thing.
I mean, it's
Well,
kind of
yeah,
how it's been in this
And
past
then-
year, yeah.
Well, I mean, yeah, because it's like, okay, if I get a Nintendo system, I know what I'm getting my Nintendo system for. There is
Bayonetta 2.
a
Yep.
set of skills that my Nintendo system has that I know that like, okay, if I get a Nintendo, this is what I'm buying.
Yeah,
it for.
Tag. Apparently that's what
Worked.
we're all going to read you for.
Yeah, but so it's like okay, so you have Nintendo, but then so like to me like the Nintendo like
So
that's
good.
not really in competition with as far as like am I interested in playing those games? Okay, whatever. But if I am, the conversation doesn't go to the next phase, which is which system would I rather play them on. That's just not the conversation that usually for some of those games you had. Whereas between the Xbox and the PlayStation, it kind of is. But Sony has those exclusives where it's like, well, I really like those. And to me, if Microsoft is going in a more media as a whole, media player
Make your
friendly
life
direction,
easier thing.
yeah,
Nobody
like
wants that
that's just me from what I want
Well,
is gonna push me more towards. The
I
Sony
like the
system.
Kinect, and they're like the things I've played in the Kinect. I feel like are fun, but I'm not buying a system that's going to focus on that in terms of like that's not for
Yeah.
me
Yeah.
anymore,
Yeah.
right?
But to me, that's almost prideful to be like, Connect. We promise you it's
Yeah.
good. We like it. We want you to like. We think you should like it
It's
so
an
much.
integral
Like the,
part of our
although-
next
The
although-
E3, the Microsoft conference at last year's E3 and the one before that, maybe even the one before that, it was so Connect heavy that I'm like,
Yeah.
I don't even watch E3 anymore. Like, it makes
Yeah.
E3 terrible. It's just Connect
When,
shit.
and
But-
unanimously,
well,
people almost seem to be
now I'm
like,
good.
and again, here's Microsoft.
But
Well,
what if
yeah.
Sony
And
announces
Microsoft
more
could-
Move
yeah.
stuff? That would be so great.
No.
Yeah, I can't wait for that.
That's what the February 20th announcement's actually going to be about.
Yeah, it's
the next generation of Move.
Move 2.
God.
Greatest troll ever.
Oh,
Or
God.
the Vita Go.
That's
That's
the
what
new
someone else is
system.
talking about too. That would be even better.
He didn't go. That's what it is
God.
already. Like,
Yeah.
But in order for these cards to be this small, you actually have to pay double the price for them. But
Microsoft should get the Skylanders exclusive.
oh, you know what? Microsoft should do make more Fable games.
Yeah, because that's been working out.
Yeah, because Fable: The Journey. A lot of people didn't buy it because it's for real gamers. I think that was the real problem with that game. Is there's too like hardcore. There's too much for hardcore
Yeah.
gamers.
It's too hardcore. It's too
I saw
hardcore
that
game.
commercial. I was like,
Exactly.
damn,
I'm
I'm not
I'm
hardcore
amazed that
enough.
you still have a straight face right now. That's very impressive.
I don't
really
know if you
hard.
ever read like the Penny Arcade does like they have their editorial site where they actually do really good like
Right, yeah.
editorial stuff. And they had an article recently about the biggest problem with the next generation of platforms is not being open. They call it the Minecraft problem, but they were talking about how for Minecraft is an Xbox exclusive right now, right?
Mm-hmm.
But to be on the Xbox, it's actually broke every rule. Microsoft was like, usually you have to pay for your updates. You only have a set number you can have, things like that. Minecraft can have unlimited updates and they're also free and they don't have to pay for them. It's also a bigger file size than it's supposed to be. It's all these different things. It's also open and can connect to all these different things. They can do DLC differently. They were just able to break every rule, and that's worked out really well for Mojang and Minecraft. And for Microsoft, because they've sold over like 7 million or 6 million now on just the Xbox. That's a shit ton of money for a game that costs $20, and I still have people coming in every day buying that game for their kids on
People
Xbox.
still ask
Oh,
for
yeah.
Wait,
that.
right?
People
So it's
still
like,
ask
and this
for
is
it.
digital.
Every day,
This is a
every
digital
day.
only
You have
game,
Minecraft?
right? But the new systems have to be open for things like that to be able to let games, even stupid games that we were talking about, like Proteus, or games that like are getting on Steam through Greenlight, and games that are like really cheap. Even a game like Vesper that you have to move every day. Like they should be able to have a space for those type of games on these new systems without having to go through all the ridiculous like money hurdles that you have to
Right.
do just to be on those platforms, and be able to update and change games. You should have to charge for all those updates like
That's
that. It should be
ridiculous.
more open
Yeah.
because it's gonna be like that. Like the PC is gonna be like that. Steam with their Steam box crap and all this other stuff, like that's gonna start being a thing
I would get a Steam box.
where
I
it's gonna be
definitely
a problem.
I mean, but, okay. Well, here's the other question in terms of that is, there's been a lot of talk, and at this point, I think it's still speculation about how heavily the new systems are going to focus on digital downloading versus buying physical disc. And to me, like I'm not against digital downloading things. I mean, I download. There's a lot of PS1 games and PS2 games that I've downloaded onto my PlayStation.
Yeah.
Now, in terms of buying like a current console game, I'm a big fan of going and actually buying the game for numerous reasons. Usually, I prefer having my liberty whenever it comes to the games and like being able to, hey, borrow this or take this, and not being confined to digital confinements. But do you think that that's going to? I mean, I don't think anybody would argue that digital's not going to be a huge step in the next thing. But I mean, like, what do you think about that? Because a big thing for me is like restrictions on what people can use. But I will buy a digital game if it is like substantially less money. And do you think that you would even see more of that, or do you think it would keep at the price
I think
point?
they're still going to keep.
I
seems-
think price points is where everything becomes weird though, because it used to be that digital games were not only cheaper, but they were like less quality games because they were cheaper. But now you have games like Mark of the Ninja or Bastion or stuff like
Journey.
The Walking Dead that now has a retail or Journey, things like that, where like that could be a retail product, like quality wise, right? If you want to go by like how that is now, but the price points are so different, right? Because I still wouldn't want to pay $60 for Journey.
What did I pay? Like,
right?
Was it $1,200? Maybe $800? And I think that is more
And that's why
quality than a
to
lot
me,
of the games.
That's why that has to change too. Like that,
Right.
the pricing structure in general has to change. But I don't know. I don't know how it's
And
going to happen.
it's because it's going to be weird because you're going to have to do a lot of like cloud-based stuff at this point also.
Yeah.
Because
But our internet still sucks.
Well, yeah. So it's I don't know. I don't want there to be like strictly digital downloads, because they're scared of too many like losing money, piracy stuff. Like it's gonna lead to more piracy. I'm gonna be straight up honest with you. There's gonna be more piracy if they do digital
The
downloads.
way to
How do they
combat
not understand
piracy
that?
is to not like, and I think that's what's always been strange to me is that people like we don't want. It's like with movies and stuff like that. It's like we don't want piracy. So what are we going to do? We're going to continue to increase the price of everything. That's not how that works.
No.
The reason that people pirate things is because A, they can't access them, like Xenoblade. Okay, so
Or Game of
Nintendo's like,
Thrones.
yeah, people are like, oh stop, Xenoblade, oh please stop pirating the game. Well then release it, okay? Like release it. But then you have
Pandora's Tower 2 and Last Story.
yeah, but it's like, but then when
Please
you
really
pirate,
relevant.
people pirate because they don't want to spend the money on it, which that's a whole nother conversation.
Right.
I actually don't pirate. I don't believe in pirating, but I know that there's, but that's not, but yeah, but there's not. I know that there's a lot of people who do, but it's like, if you would just, okay, why are they pirating? They're pirating because they don't want to pay the money. Okay, is there a happy medium we could reach? Increasing the price on things is not it.
It's not, and it's not just because they don't want to pay the money. Because I don't want to pay money for anything. Honestly, like that's how I am.
Right.
But like, if you make it easy enough, it's easier for me to pirate something than it is a lot of times than to me to actually even purchase it.
Yeah.
Like it's just like easy. Like I can actually do that from my bedroom. That I cannot have to go somewhere.
Right, because there's no hurdles. I don't have to like.
And
call-
I have a Netflix account, and I don't even use it that often, but I have it there because it's a lot easier for me to watch all these different shows and watch things I haven't seen before because it's so simple. And Netflix figured that out, in the same way that iTunes figured a lot of that stuff out before that. Like, and that's where I feel like Sony can really do some of those same types of things with stuff like it's figured out with PlayStation Plus. Like, that's, like, completely pro-consumer.
That's genius.
That service has been, like, really good. It's gotten a lot better. Like, a lot of my friends who didn't really get it at first, like, Ryan Gazzardo was talking about how he picked it up recently, and he was like, man, I wish I would have got this sooner. Like, now I'm seeing I can get, Darksiders for free.
Yeah.
They had Street Fighter for free. They had Mega Man 8 and 9 for free. And they keep
got
giving you
that.
more and more stuff. And, like, last
Man.
week, I bought Little Big Planet karting, which I was like, this game is kind of stupid, but I like Little Big Planet. But it was $10 after a 75% discount on Plus.
Yep.
And it's things like that where I'm like, I want Sony to focus, like, it saw that was good for it, and it's been pushing
that's
that
like
a lot.
Steam. I mean, but that's like Steam.
Plus now is $50, plus you get for a year, and you get 3 extra months.
Like that is stupid good.
Yeah,
Like,
that's
I-
a-
I-
way
that's
cheaper
like,
than
but I mean,
Xbox
that's like the
right, and you
Steam-
get more shit. You get free stuff.
That's
Way
like the
cheaper.
Steam model. Why Steve's been
Yeah.
so successful. Yes, it's digital, so it's not the format I prefer my games to be in. But sometimes things, I'm like, there's no reason not to buy this.
Look
right
at
now.
like they talked about this at Dice right, a little bit today, but like look at like okay, so Nintendo, right? Virtual console, we all like playing old games and downloading old games. Imagine if they gave you like a fee like Netflix and you could just access all the games. Like Sony's teased about that before, Plus, and they've dabbled with that idea too, trying to talk about
plus,
having
there
access.
is a variation of
Right?
that.
Because they were talking about how Disneyland, they compared it to Disneyland and Disney World, how they used to charge per ride. And then they found out when they charged just for access to the park and you could ride all the rides, they made more money from people doing it like that.
I mean,
and it's the
yeah,
same
I
way
mean, that's-
Netflix works like that,
Right.
in that same theory.
But that's the same idea. Like when I go to a state fair, I'm like, well, I'm not riding anything. I don't feel like paying for all this.
Right.
If I'll pay up front, I'm not going to ride anything.
Yeah.
Right? And it's like, yeah, I wish the game industry looked at things more like that because I feel like we have the infrastructure to do that now. So I feel like you should be able to do that, and that would be great. Realize how many PlayStation 1 games, if I could pay like $10 a month, and then I could just play all the
All of
PlayStation
them?
1 games
Yeah.
on the PSN store? Like, that's
I would
how it
play
works.
all of the
Right,
PlayStation.
or imagine, or even like something like the Microsoft Xbox Live. If there was like you pay $70-$80 a year, and you could get like a certain big discounts
Which we
off of their
already pretty
games,
much
things
are
like
doing.
that. Right, which is why they don't have to do it. I wish there was more things like that where we're pro-consumer. Like that's why I want the next gen to go instead of being like it is now. Because we learned all this now. We see the things Steam's doing that work. We see the things on
these are
Sony's
really,
doing that work.
and yes, you could play online with the previous systems, but like this is the first console generation to really go online
And launch with it in mind, like
Yeah,
storefront in mind. Like the other ones didn't really have the store. Like they kind of did, but not like it is now. Like now
Right.
they,
Oh no,
yeah,
it's
yeah.
the game's changed completely.
Yeah, and I mean, like stuff like the App Store, things like that are all a thing now that we all know.
But
and people know
here's
that.
here's the interesting perspective on that. It's like all right, console versus PC and all this kind of stuff. But the reason that I think you're seeing a lot of this digital download price cut cloud stuff is because it was successful on the PC, and so consoles are like, I want that, and now they're
Well, and because of your phones and like people
Right.
buying games and doing things
Right.
digitally, people know and expect and are comfortable with buying things digitally in general now.
Right.
Like they understand it, parents get it, kids get it, everyone gets it. You can make a lot of money, and it's like, yeah, they just need to jump.
well, even on
that.
the Android on the Google store. Like I'm not gonna walk in and pay $10 for a CD, but if I can buy it for $3, have the whole CD on my phone,
Yeah.
Yep.
done, got it. Because why not? Like $3 is like.
So next gen's gonna suck. That's all I want to
Hey,
say.
what
Probably.
do you guys think it's going to do to the used game industry?
I don't think it's gonna affect it at all.
It's one of those
'Cause I
things.
know that was
'cause,
like a huge
you know,
debate.
Andrew and I both work at we sell pre-owned games at our stores that we work at.
My store technically does, not my store, but that company does.
Oh, they do that
Yeah,
now.
big.
Well, they have, but because of Baton Rouge licensing laws,
We can't.
That particular location
I think
and
they
the
have
other
it
one
on
is
the-
Baton
okay.
Rouge.
Then they make
cannot.
money. They do make a good bit of money from it too.
Yeah,
That's like
yeah.
that's 100% profit.
Exactly. No, it's like it's more than 100%. But yeah.
No, but it's one of those things where we have to look at it, and I guess it might be different as far as like selling games for like newer markets and stuff. But I guess like if you find like your niche or whatever, like it's you have like this crowd that like knows what they want. They're coming, so they're gonna be coming to your store for a specific reason to get these games that they like I guess can't get elsewhere. It's like buying collector's items. Like people still go buy like baseball cards and stuff like that from pawn shops.
Comic books.
Yeah, like they're always going to be collector's items. And I guess if we move to a more digital age, those things will become like bigger, I guess, relics if you want to call them
Like
that.
how
of,
NES and Super Nintendo games
yeah,
are
like
now.
exactly. I mean, I don't know. I think
The used game market isn't going anywhere.
no. The used
That's
game market will
way
be
Yeah, there's always
too
gonna
big
be
of a something
like.
for that.
I mean, yeah.
There's always going to be someone that's going to look for a cheaper copy of
When
something.
Yeah.
when the company that sells the most used games also sells the most new games, that's not going to go anywhere.
Right.
Like if
Yeah.
GameStop stopped selling the most new games, then maybe that would be the case. But no one's gonna cut GameStop out of the whole equation when they still make the game industry so much money. Like
Right.
that doesn't make any sense. Like you are
Right.
feeding the monster that's also secretly killing you inside,
Right.
and it's destroying all these other smaller companies. But like at the same time, like they're also what keeps the game industry afloat. Like if GameStop
Right.
disappeared, then the game industry in the United States would probably
That
be
would-
shit. So
well, I mean,
that
it's
would
already
be-
terrible. It's
okay,
already down.
more shit, super
I don't
shit.
know. Maybe it's like one of these things where we need that thing to crumble so we
I
can
don't
like
know, man.
rebuild. And that's what we need.
GameStop's a force of like.
Yeah, but they're so terrible.
They're not. Their money's going like this.
Well, yeah, but no.
It's so bad with it. It's so hard to, you know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
too big. man.
they're too big to fight. But I
Yeah,
just,
the Bill Gates money, dude.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's bad. Like, I don't know. I mean, people come into like our store all the time, and they're like, "Oh wow, you guys like have so much like more stuff. Like, GameStop doesn't have this or that."
Yeah.
And I'm like, "Well, yeah, I guess."
But
But
people
What about
don't
that
know
GameStop
that,
toy
though.
store?
Yeah, like,
though?
I
That
mean-
is
Because
awesome.
they see GameStop, like, oh, let's just go there.
yeah, we're
GameStop
not like
for kids is awesome.
yeah, that place closed down.
Oh, duh! It was only open for holiday.
I don't know. It's like, one thing that GameStop does is they as soon as like a new thing comes out, they're like, well, it's time to phase out all this other stuff. So like, you know, they don't have they stop carrying PSP games and things like that. That like, you know,
But they also make all the money.
well, yeah, which is insane because they can.
Like,
Because
it's
people,
over like
it's one of those things
75% of
where
all the games.
they're like they're like the Walmart of like the video game industry. Like people like it's a one-stop shop for all your video game and Beats needs. Like
and now Android tablets.
yeah, tablets
phones.
and iPhones
Really?
and iDevices.
Well, they have
yeah.
GameStop Mobile now too.
Oh,
That's
wow.
separate. That does like it's like Best Buy Mobile.
I know
It's the
Play
exact
Trade's
same
getting
thing.
into the tablets. Like, we sell tablets and stuff now, too.
Really?
Like, because we do repairs
There's
and we'll
there's
take
so
them
much
in on
money in that
trade.
markup for that stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Profits insane.
ridiculous.
And you can sell. There's a lot of third parties that take that stuff and make a lot of money. So yeah, all that stuff's not going anywhere. Like it's probably going to end up being serial keys and stuff like that,
Oh,
like
yeah.
there is on Steam and activations and stuff like that. And I'm fine with that. I'm even fine with like the whole you buying a copy in store that has a digital code, like the way PC games work. And that's how you activate it on. Like you have the disc like that you can use, but you're activating it the code like
Right.
you do with it. I'm 100% fine with that stuff. I'm fine for keeping companies safe that keep making games to where they're getting the money that I'm spending. Like
Right.
I don't have a problem with that. And if I can
Right.
give the money directly to the people who are making the game, I like that even more. Like I mean I don't understand. Like I'm fine with that. I'm fine with
Right.
cutting myself out of a job. But like I mean, yeah, like I'm okay with that being how things go in terms of the video game industry. I hope there are more ways that I can give the money and get the money directly to the people who are making the game, or at least giving me the console or the ability to get the game than there are now. Because there are not
Right.
that many ways to do that.
But yeah, and I agree with that, and that's like, again, back like that's why I don't pirate, because I'm like, if I really enjoy something and I want you to keep making it,
Yeah.
I mean, you could argue that the machine's evil, the system's evil. I don't want to support the system.
Fight the man.
Yeah, whatever. Like, yeah, you can argue
Give it
all
a
those
Nintendo
points,
game.
and that's fine. But ultimately, like, yes, there is a system, or there's I don't know, whatever. But like, I know that here's a group right here. They're creating something. I like it. I want them to continue creating it. I'll support
Well,
you
also
financially.
everyone in this room likes to create and make stuff, so it is kind of
Right.
shitty that
Yeah.
you would like
Yeah,
to
that's
make
just
money off
boring.
of things you create and make, and then it's like then we're pirating all those things.
Right. So I want to
Stealing
use this
from
because we're
ourselves.
talking about
Oops.
digital and things going digital, and I kind of did anybody have anything else to say, because I want to move on to another
Nope.
topic. Something that's very interesting for me, and I want to get y'all's opinion on it, is that so last Saturday, Netflix released its first series, House of Cards.
Is that a remake of something? I thought they said that was like an old thing called House of Cards.
I don't know.
I'll look that up.
It actually
But
just follows Kevin Spacey's life. That's all it does.
yeah, no story, just kind of space like.
That
But it's
sounds fine.
interesting
Just
because,
sound-
so it's the first Netflix series, and then of course they're getting the fourth season of Arrested Development, and I think they're talking about something else. And that struck me as, and what's also interesting is that they released all 13 episodes at one time, because they said that statistically they looked at their data, and that when people watch TV shows on Netflix, they
watch
do it. They watch
in one
it
afternoon.
in bulk.
Like,
They
yeah,
watch
you
it
do
in bulk.
bulk
So
time,
like,
yeah.
so we're going to release the show in bulk because that's how our consumers like it. And to me, it's interesting because on top of paying $8 a month for, I mean, I pay for DVDs, but for the digital, for it being digital,
Yeah.
which I don't even think House of Cards is available on DVD.
no,
and
that would be stupid.
right, but to me, it's just like that's. You pay $8 a month, you get what I think is a pretty sizable, decent collection of things to watch.
yeah.
And now they're going to start adding TV shows to that. And to me, that is a very, very interesting transition as far as getting creative things out there.
I'm okay with that because I think we can all agree that TV nowadays sucks. Like it's all just like ridiculous. Like there's nothing really good on
AMC.
TV. No, like not even. I mean,
Walking
Breaking Bad.
Yeah, I mean-
Mad Men, The Walking Dead.
but still,
Bad's
like
on its way out.
those are.
Walking
There's
Dead,
some.
I don't know.
So is.
I'm not
Mad
saying.
Men.
I'm just saying,
Like
but
it's
in
last-
general, like they have those three, but they're not like that's not like they're all their
What
programming.
about MTV?
I mean, MTV's still
Oh
going.
man, that new
they-
show Buck Wild, man.
Yeah.
Here's-
Funny,
here's-
man.
No, I agree.
Yeah, I agree. Like, to me, you could break TV down to reality shows, talk shows, news shows, sports shows, sitcoms.
With bad sitcoms.
Well, How Much Your Mother's pretty good. And I don't.
2.5 minutes
you're dead,
pretty good.
I totally like Ashton Kutcher.
Broke Girls.
I mean, and maybe there's. I think there's
Girl
like
Meets
one.
World's
oh,
gonna be good.
Oh, court dramas and cop dramas.
Yeah.
That's 7, and then as an
TLC.
eighth, you have original programming. But
What
that
about
eighth,
cartoons?
but that eighth,
Sherlock.
I would count that under original programming.
Yeah.
And that eighth is so small comparatively that I think it's interesting because you had the movie channels like HBO and Showtime come in and actually make incredibly awesome material. And then you had like FX step
Then they
up with
lock
like,
you out of it, so.
huh?
So then they lock you out of it, but yeah.
I mean, how did they lock you out?
I mean, HBO does. I'm talking about things like with the HBO, like so. Just I mean, for
Oh yeah,
being able to get
F
to
that
it.
shit, man.
What are you talking about? I mean, they have a product, and they sell their product. Like, what do they do to lock you out of it?
I mean, maybe I just misspoke. Maybe I'm completely wrong.
You know about HBO Go?
Yeah, I
I
don't
know, like it's
Yeah.
limiting, like you have to pick your cable provider, like that kind of thing.
No, it's not. But I'm saying if you subscribe to HBO, you get HBO Go. And like I would like it, but like I would like to be able to get HBO Go
I just
without
want,
adding
that's what
it
I'm
to
saying.
my
I want
cable
HBO
provider.
Go. I don't want to add it. To
But that, I mean, how much sense does that make? From a business standpoint, how much sense does that make?
They-
I would love that.
They would get my money. They're not getting my money.
Right. But for someone like me who likes HBO's
Yeah.
and it's not even just their programming, it's their movies and it's
Right.
other movies as well. Like I'm like, okay, that might be worth it for me. But anyways, the point is like, and then of course like FX steps in and
Yeah.
they with the Shield and Comedy Central had South Park and you're like, okay, well on TV we're seeing some interesting original programming, and then so like it has kind of come back in a way, but the reality TV monster stepped in. And so I think I like seeing things like HBO, like these movie channels with shows like Game of Thrones, which are insanely high budget but really good
Right.
shows. And you have somebody like Netflix step in and be like, no, we want to be a part of the game too. And I think it's almost liberating in a way.
And Netflix is a big enough giant to where they can
Yeah.
definitely make
Oh,
an
yeah.
impact on that.
And it's interesting because like people are like, oh, Netflix split up, and it's like I don't think you understand how much you're getting for the little that you pay, and
Yeah.
that if you want to get more,
I actually think Netflix is undercharging what
it's
they
yes,
should.
yes,
Absolutely.
yes.
By a large
And if you
margin.
want to get like people, Netflix can't just
They can
wake
charge
up and
4
people like,
times what they
people like
charge now.
Netflix add
It's
this.
fair.
Well, Netflix can't just wake up and be like, I think I'm going to add this. They have to pay people lucrative amounts of money,
And
because
they're doing a damn good job of getting those shows.
Well, they
that
are
people
because
want.
anytime I
Until they
see
get
anytime-
Samurai Jack on there, then I'll be happy.
Anytime that I
That
see
too.
a TV show or a movie on Netflix, there is like a 98% chance that I am not going to go into the store and buy it.
Yeah.
And so to convince a company that it is worth doing to cut that dynamic out, like that costs a lot of money.
Dude, I would have never
So-
watched Doctor Who if it wasn't for Netflix.
Right.
Like something like that.
yeah,
there's
it's true.
so
Like
many
all
things
those
I wanna watch
BBC
because of
shows, like
Yeah.
yeah.
How many people have got to watch Lost because of Netflix? Like it's stuff
Right.
like that.
I
where,
watched
like,
the entire first 5
Yeah.
seasons in 2 weeks.
Wait, in that investment,
Off of
if you
Netflix.
were to go
Breaking
buy it in
Bad.
DVD,
Yeah.
Breaking
or
Bad.
Breaking Bad
Couple
for me
$100
too, $200. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
ridiculous to me now.
But and
But
so-
it's not. But it is.
But and they charge you $8 for that.
Yep.
And that's insane. So the
Blossom
fact
Bubbles
that,
and Buttercup.
but
I
it's
thought you
like,
always talked about Blossom. I was like, what?
but I like the fact that Netflix
Bubble
is
Bubble,
expanding
yeah.
because they're adding all the Disney stuff, and then they're adding a lot of the Adult Swim, Cartoon Network stuff.
Yeah,
but they're like, you know what?
Pocahontas, too.
They're like, you know what? Let's go.
It was good. I watched it last night.
Rescuers Down Under. That
I
is
didn't
on there.
really do that. But,
Love
But then they're
Awesome
like, let's
garbage
go.
movie.
But like, let's go in this other direction where
Yeah.
we're going to actually add Netflix original program. And of course, the conversation is, well, because it's Netflix original programming, is it eligible for awards? Does it still count? Absolutely, it still counts.
Why would that not count?
Because people, I don't know.
I don't know,
Because
people-
it's not traditional.
Well, I'm more interested in that than I am Hulu. So let's
Yep.
do it.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, Andrew, what are your?
Except Hulu has Community, so.
I don't like Hulu either.
I don't like Hulu. What they do.
Well,
I'm
I don't have a
saying,
Netflix. I mooch off of somebody else's Netflix account. So.
But I mean, do you like the idea?
That's a thing though too. Is Netflix
You
is
get
really
their email and sign
Netflix
in.
is also pro-consumer with shit like that. Like you activate you have like 5 or 6 things you can activate Netflix on.
Yeah.
So like you can't let someone else do it. You shouldn't do that because that's bad. But I have it on like every device that I own. Like Netflix is available on everything.
Right. It's like I can
On the
watch it on my
3DS.
TV.
On the 3D, on a Nintendo product.
I can watch it on my TV from my Xbox or my PlayStation. I can watch it on my phone. You can pull it up on you pull it up on an iPad or a tablet. I can watch it on my computer.
And
It's ridiculous.
pretty much like
For
I'd say
$8.
I pay like it's like 95% always running, and like that's important too. Like it rarely ever goes down. It's not down a lot for maintenance. It's like it's like the same thing how Facebook works. So it's like always up. Like it's like always there. Except for that one day around New Year or Christmas Eve where it went down for a lot of people, and that really sucked.
The only time I had problems with Netflix was going through my Xbox, but I think that was something to do with Microsoft, not
Or
Netflix.
Cox. Yeah.
But I mean, what do you think about the idea?
Love it.
Just the whole idea that we now have a service that is it's not strictly digital, but you pay for digital streaming. You pay a certain amount a month, and now these people are producing their own original stuff. Like I think that's
I'm fine with that. That's where that's where everything's going anyways. Though,
To me, that's cool though. They're putting the money that we're giving them for something like that.
Yeah.
Let them do it.
And not to mention the fact that they have that Arrested Development, like Fox. You know, I think the season 4 is only like 6 or 7 episodes, so Fox can't like screw its entire programming schedule for that. Where Netflix is like,
we can screw our non-existent schedule.
we can. So we're actually we're gonna give you money.
Your schedule is our schedule.
And Netflix has so much data on so many people, about what people like, what people want.
And it's really
like they have
accurate.
like
I love
they have like all
based
the
on what you
things.
watch.
Yeah, you
may
would give
enjoy
this
this. I'm like, you're right.
They have
You're
Netflix.
gonna give this a
It's
3.5
extremely
stars.
accurate. For the most
I
part,
may enjoy this.
For the most part, it's pretty.
Did you ever do the
Oh,
thing
you're
on
not gonna
the,
watch that. You're not gonna like that
on
at
the
all.
PS3 with like the you don't know Jack type guy where it recommends what movie you would want to see? It's like a quiz show and you answer all these questions and he insults you and they do like a little synopsis of different shows. It's really neat.
awesome.
Ask Max is what it's called. It's cool. They do a bunch of different weird things. Like I said, even the Netflix platform and how you use it is also different in like the way that UI is on different platforms. It's strange.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Better with Connect.
So I don't have anything. I think the last thing, and maybe somebody else can bring something else up. So real quick, I think we pretty much have a mutual agreement on this, but we're nerd takeout, so we do at least need to talk about it.
that one little thing. Yeah.
So JJ Abrams is directing the new Star Wars movie.
Awesome.
I
love Star Wars. How about more Star Wars?
And a lot of people are angry because he
Abrams.
directed Star Trek, so for some reason that means he won't do a good job with Star
Oh
Wars.
God.
Yeah, that makes
But he
sense.
said
Stupid ass
R2D2
nerd.
is gonna make an appearance in whatever garbage.
I mean that's cool and all. I'm done with the Star Wars shit, man. That was cool when I was a kid, like episode 4, 5, and 6. But after watching 1, 2, and 3, and then like all the TV shows and all the stupid shit, I'm just like, I'm
Well,
done.
Disney's already said they're going to do 2 spin-off movies, one of Han Solo,
That
one
part's
of
not
Boba
confirmed.
Fett.
That part's not confirmed. The spin-offs is, but that part I don't
Yeah,
think
it's
But they're doing
speculated.
2 spin-off
There
Yes,
will be
that
spin-offs.
part is.
That's okay.
But,
Well, regardless,
yes.
they're making 2 spin-off movies.
Well, the rumor I heard about there maybe being a female lead for the Star Wars movie, I thought would be really cool if they do that as a thing. Like that would be a different thing. I mean, I like Star Wars, so you suck. But I do think
I don't
that,
hate Star Wars. I'm done with it.
What does that even mean? Whatever. But like,
It means I'm tired of watching Star Wars. That's what that means.
no, you're thinking of the Hobbit.
Yes.
No, so what?
Tired of watching Star Wars.
No, I don't know what that means.
That I'm tired of watching Star.
Like, why? That universe has like all this potential to do cool things.
Right,
Why?
it
Yeah,
when I'm done with it,
that's
so-
that's one of the things. I want to see what else that universe has to offer instead of just
Less
Read the
George
books,
Lucas
then.
stuff.
There's a bajillion books.
There are a
out
lot
there.
of books.
Yeah, and some of them are good.
But
Some of
I
them.
think
One or
what's
two of them,
interesting,
yeah.
it's always kind
That's
of
not
blown my mind is people like, JJ Abrams is gonna ruin Star Wars. It's like, as in, like you're standing there defending 1 through 3,
Because-
like
yeah,
that
because George
bastardized
Lucas-
your
You
series.
can't ruin
It
Star
cannot
Wars.
get worse than 1, 2, and 3.
I think that's one of the best things George Lucas has done with his career is make Star Wars hit a low point so it can only go up.
But what's interesting is like, and that because I like 4, 5, and 6 fine. Like I didn't like 1, 2, and 3. I guess 3 was okay comparatively to 1 and
No.
2.
it was.
No.
It was the best of those
It still
3.
looked
Yeah.
like shit. Like I still.
But it
hated
was the
whole
best
look.
one. It was the
As
best movie of those 3.
comparatively to 1 and 2, you don't think it was the better
No,
one?
I think it was so. I could not focus on anything besides how bad the acting, how bad the dialogue, how bad it looked. Like
You're
that's
thinking
all I
episode
thought about.
2.
All 3 of them.
But that's
No,
because,
three
that's
was way
because
better than
George
1 and 2.
Lucas.
You probably just don't
failed
remember 2
episode
because you were
2.
sleeping through
Yeah,
it.
exactly.
That's possible.
And
that is actually
episode 2 had
possible.
2 tower syndrome.
Don't
you're insulting the Two Towers.
Yeah, I was gonna say, don't even do that. Don't even do
Well, it's
that.
because George Lucas filmed. Was it video or really cheap digital that he filmed episode 2? He's like, well, film is dead. Look at the aesthetic of this film. It's like, bro.
Yeah.
Bro.
Well,
That is not gonna make
George
it-
Lucas has a list.
It's because he has this thing down here.
He's got like the sack from the Goblin King. He's got the scrotum sack under his chin.
But I think
I'm
what I
gonna
was saying
rewatch those
was-
movies one day. I really hated those.
What I think is interesting is like, okay, so whenever he released, the Blu-rays,
I'm sorry about that.
you know, he recut the scene
fault.
to make it look like, you know,
Idiot.
That's why Knights of the Republic was so
whoever shot first, like whatever his name was.
Han Solo and
Greedo.
Greedo
I
shot
was like
first.
Guido.
Right. So my thing, but what I found was interesting is like, okay, first of all, like I didn't really even know that was a conflict, but George Lucas came out and said
He added digital.
But
He
hold
made
on.
it. He made it a worse conflict.
answered it.
But hold on. That's not my point. Is this though? Is that I think it was interesting because he said this is what I intended all along, you know, so on and so forth, and all the fans came out and said bullshit. We don't care what you put in our we don't care what you put in our movies. This is canon, not what you have in the movie. And it's like, how insane is that? That George Lucas no longer has any control over his own creative product. And I think that's a really interesting place to be. And then to even think that JJ Abrams, who's done at bare minimum a competent job, I like his stuff, but I don't think people might not like his stuff, but you can't say that he's not competent.
You can't say his shit's not more entertaining than the stuff.
Right,
that's
to
true.
say that he's going to
Wait, and you know what? And
Star Wars,
not
let's be real.
just the 3 Star Wars movies that were bad, but there hasn't really been anything really good with Star Wars,
Right.
like with any of their product lines. So it's like, I mean,
That's
come
true.
on, like you could
It's getting
do
stale.
better than
It's
that.
like, get real, people. Like, you
Force
can't-
Unleashed 2.
Oh god.
Oh, poop. That's terrible.
Yeah.
So I mean, like, I'm okay. It actually interests me. Like, it makes me kind of interested to see, oh, well, what's he gonna... And then who...
I just don't want them to remake Star Wars. I want them to just do something completely
new.
Like, I don't want you to just have like this. Here's the Han Solo like character.
But-
Here's the Chewie like, and here's like just like even if it doesn't feel like Star Wars, like just do something new within that universe.
But
'cause
they're
there's a lot
gonna.
to
But
do
that's
there.
the interesting thing is they're gonna have to.
I
because
know.
You have
I
four.
know.
You have 4, 5, and 6, who are about Luke, Han, Leia, and then they're fighting Darth Vader and so on and so forth. And then 1, 2, and 3 was the prequel to that. But like, that's fine because we knew where that was going. But 4, 5, like 6 ends. It ends the story. It ends that entire conflict. Like everything is resolved. So it's like for 7, 8, 9, like you have to create. It's like
Yeah,
and I don't.
he plays Khan.
Yeah.
And
He
it-
comes from Star Trek universe.
But it's like for 7, 8, 9, it's like at that point, you have to create a new? I don't. Well, there's all kinds of material, but like for 7, 8, 9, like do you have to create a whole new conflict?
Yes.
Because
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying. So it's like they're going to have to do something new. So it's not going to be like, well, but in episode 4, this clearly contradicts.
Turns out that the
Actually,
Emperor
in
fused
episode
souls
3.
with Darth Vader, and they
Maybe
made a
they'll
super
use
villain.
really shitty time travel storyline like the Star Trek movie and just reinvent the whole entire thing. So.
Well, how else are you going to explain it, asshole?
Yoda's
Still a
going to
good
turn out
movie.
to be an actual
I
bad
agree.
guy. He's not actually dead.
Who?
Yoda's going to be a bad guy. He's not actually dead.
He can just turn into a ghost.
His
whenever
mind
he
is going to
wants.
be warped, and he's just like, yeah, I'll kill you.
He's also addicted to
talks
meth.
like, yeah.
Oh, that means
Addicted
it's time
meth
to
and
end the
talks
podcast.
Like Cartman from South Park.
Kill you, I will.
You guys screw home. I am going.
You guys fuck.
I'm packing up now. It's time to end the podcast.
Pick back it up.
Anyway, so all right, guys. So let us know what you think. What are you looking forward to in 2013? Number one, what do you think about JJ Abrams? I mean, I think we've talked to a lot of
he
people.
sucks.
But what do you think about JJ Abrams directing Star Wars?
Scale of 1 to 10. How hot
If
is
you hate
JJ
him, you pretty much
Abrams?
can't watch any movie that's coming out and do
Right.
any other new products.
So, anyways, all right, guys. Let us know what you think, and we will see you next time.